Hey guys, another Forehead Fables podcast. How you guys doing?
Good.
That's what you guys sound like. Jesus Christ, they're a bunch of dorks, dude. You can hear it in their voice.
Feel good.
I just have like 30 minutes opening of just us mocking what they sound like, presumably.
Superman does good. I'm doing well. Okay, bitch. You know what we meant. Whoever just thought that.
Whoever just said that.
Yeah, whoever just said that, we are personally going to rip your fucking head off.
Yeah. Yeah, we want like men in our audience. Like truckers.
Big
and
ones.
Guys that are forklift certified. Stuff like
Unassuming strength beneath the body.
Retard strength, I think, is what we want. We want everyone in our audience.
Unassuming strength. Yeah, like they're just coiled underneath.
Mm-hmm.
They look kind of fat, but really they're quite strong.
Yeah.
Like us.
Yeah, like us.
Like our untapped coiled strength.
Or our once guest that never came on. Joel Osment. I don't know if you guys saw, but he was trying to break out of handcuffs. Damn near got him bursted out. Yeah.
They showed a picture later and they were like completely like warped. Ghost power activate. I am AI.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that like last night. Was it last night? I think that I saw like a Twitter thing about it. Like he had gotten arrested. I think it was yesterday when he got arrested.
Got tagged in it a bunch.
Yeah. And I felt like just tweeting like, this is what happens when you fucking don't accept an invitation to come on our podcast. Your life goes down in the dumpster. Like it was going to be more like this is a warning for future people. If we come knocking, you best answer the call or else this could happen to you.
If only you saw Ghosts of the Future and saw his two life paths. Forehead Fables, fame, again, sequels, deny Forehead Fables.
And all of a sudden you're getting arrested at a ski resort with coke on you.
Yeah, and drunk at a ski resort, really?
Yeah.
Inappropriate. He did have a helmet on, but I saw in the article that he had it on backwards at one point, so...
Well, that's
not the way
cool.
It goes.
It's cool.
Yeah, let me spin this around. It's like wearing a backwards hat. Yeah, it's pretty good. Hey, actually,
that's what I do. Pretty cool. Like before you roll up to the double diamond or whatever, you turn your like Ash Ketchum. You put your helmet on backwards and go.
And your ski boots and your skis.
I feel like Joel doesn't do anything beyond the bunny hill. I feel like he paid a lot of money to go to the ski resort, and then he probably does the introductory hill.
Nothing wrong with that, but that would be a cool, now that I'm thinking about it, wear everything backwards so people think you're skiing backwards down like a black diamond, but really you're going the right way the whole time. Could be a cool trick.
Yeah, I think there was a musical group that did that where they wore their pants backwards.
Oh, is that like a 90s group or 80s group or something?
And then they realized that like you actually had to have music in order to be a group, and you
also
can't
if
just
you
wear
have
your
to
pants
piss.
Yeah.
Then you have to take your pants fully off. Which
that might be ideal if you have like IBS or something like that. You just have the zipper where your asshole is.
I've seen a picture that it was kind of a cool idea because the pockets were really big on the back, and then you've got like two little bags basically
on the
put all
front.
your stuff in. Yeah, I don't hate that idea if it had a zipper. Honestly, I'm gonna write that down.
I don't hate backwards pants. I just feel like they're a little bit better if you turn them around so that they face the front way. That's
big
just
ass pockets.
That's a personal preference of mine.
Jinko jean pockets on your front.
Yeah.
Maybe sweatband, like sweatpant material on the band so you can tuck it down easy for peas.
Okay. Yeah, I'm buying this now.
A helmet that goes backwards, but it's got eye slits or something. I don't know.
I mean, didn't they used to have like button-up shirts, like flannels that were buttoned up the back? That seems really inconvenient.
I don't know. I wasn't alive back then, but it seems right that a fad would just be like
the dumbest shit in the world.
Well, just, different.
Yeah.
They're like, let's try this out. And then it looked cool on one guy. And then people are like, okay. I mean, it's like the Osiris's and stuff, It's just you can't really judge, in our future selves, it looks so stupid, but maybe at the time it was really cool. Like me with that braided necklace that gave me balance, and the bracelet that also gave me balance. Maybe.
Are you talking about the red string?
Cool.
It was just like a red.
Like it had like a little plastic thing there that was, I guess, the magnets, and they had these braided necklaces that people would wear. There were like 2 cords braided together. Had them in Bengals colors. Pretty cool. I've got it somewhere. It's supposed to help you with sports.
Did it work?
No.
Okay.
No. If anything, it was bad because the other team could grab it and pull you back.
Well, that was the big problem with the puka shell necklaces was when you got into a fight in middle school and someone grabbed your necklace, the puka shells
would hurt their hands, though.
No, they exploded everywhere. Oh. If they broke the fishing wire that held it all together, you just had little bits of shell.
Puka shells.
Yeah, they would just go everywhere.
Tightly packed. Yeah. Shrapnel.
Mine was heirloom. My brother had given it to me because he had realized the puka shell was old news, so he gave it to me. And then it got obliterated on me while I was getting my ass kicked in the 7th grade.
That's so embarrassing to lose your entire necklace. Sam.
Yeah, to lose. Yeah.
Give me that chain. What the hell? It's good defense. Like your bully can't get your necklace. Yeah. I'd get a gold chain if when you grabbed it, it like
melts to their hand or something.
Like Midas. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, that fat bitch got what was coming.
Yeah. Haley Joel got arrested at a fucking ski resort for being drunk publicly. We have the video. I do want to warn that this guy has, you see Haley Joel and you go, has to be the sweetest little boy in the world. He very quickly pulls the like, do you know who I am? Like, you're going to regret treating me like this. Like he starts doing that shit, which makes me hate people when they do that. If
I was an AI, artificial intelligence, I'd pull that card.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't want to do this. Have you ever seen it? It's a Spielberg, I think.
Did you know I'm Ginny in Forrest Gump's aid baby in the movie Forrest Gump?
One of the most famous movies ever. Ever heard of it? You pig bitch.
Yeah. I'm in the last 5 minutes. Yeah. And I'm also...
They're going to make a sequel one day where I'm the main character.
I'm going to be the retarded one.
Or something. What do they name him? I think they name him Forrest Gump too.
Yeah, his name is also Forrest. I think.
Forrest Gump the second.
Yeah.
Junior. And I think he wouldn't be very good at running. He doesn't look like.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe instead of ping pong, he's really good at being a bowling ball or something. They just roll him at the 6-pin. But
yeah, you want to see the video now?
We got an exclusive video from one of our on the site people.
Yeah.
What's going
First
on?
look.
I'm being detained by these guys. Okay. Who am I talking to? Is it John? Is it Robert? What is it? I'm in there. 144
An American.
I don't understand what that means. I'm an American. Can you stand up, please? Stand up.
You're a robot. Down.
Stand up. I am not fighting.
I love like every time they try to put like a fat guy's hands behind his back to handcuff him, they go like, "Stop fighting," and they're like, "I literally don't bend this way." Like
not really. They should also, if you're like 5'4" and a fat little guy, just put their hands in the front.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Who's taking care of you right now? That's why. I've been kidnapped. Nazi.
See?
Wow.
Yeah. We saw earlier.
They cut the part where they ask him about forehead fables. It's weird.
Yeah.
I forgot to do that bit.
I watched the full body cam footage and there's more to it where he's just like, "You're going to regret treating me like this." He's like,
"I was almost on forehead fables. Do you know who I am?" I decided not to because I'm a fucking idiot. My life's falling apart.
It is also concerning to me that I feel like the K slur has been falling off to the wayside recently in relevance because
it's also interesting. Yeah, sorry, go on.
I saw the headlines where they were like, Haley Joel Osment says a Jewish slur, and then everybody watches the video and they see that he calls the cops
schmutz.
fucking Nazis, and so they're like, oh, he means Nazi. That's what the slur is. I'm like, no, later they bleep out, but he starts a slur with a K. Like, he calls the cop a Nazi and the K word.
It could have been a Carney with a K. I guess Carney's got a C on it, but
he
just a Carney.
He put so much stank on it that people at New York Post were like, oh my Lord.
Carney does sound like a slur, honestly. Like, if somebody looked at me and was like, Carney, I'd be like, whoa. Like, which one? Like a cool one?
I would have to go look in the mirror because I don't think like that's not.
I've got a clown nose on. Oh my God. Look in the mirror. I've got full clown makeup.
Because it's one thing to be ugly. It's another thing to be so ugly that they go like, dude, you fucking Carney. Like, being called a Carney to your face has to be a horrific blow to the psyche.
I'm going to use that soon. I don't actually ever have enough venom
to
someone to call them
Carney.
that. But in real life, if you called someone a Carney, that would, maybe to other people it wouldn't sting as much, but to us, that would.
Yeah.
When you're Carney adjacent and what you do and how you look, it's just not cool.
Yeah.
When your mom's the world's fattest lady with a beard and somebody calls you a Carney, I forgot she listens to these now. When your mom's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah. I think your mom's beautiful too.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. If Boob's mom's watching this, you're a smoke show. Okay.
Enough.
And that chocolate cake you gave me was delicious.
Is that a euphemism, dude? You better watch your fucking mouth.
Hey, dude.
God, why did I say that? Oh.
I don't want any beef with your family, okay? They were very nice to me.
Your delicious chocolate cake. I don't like the way you're saying that, dude. Carney.
Dude, my mouth's watering thinking about it already. Thinking about being in your mom's house. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, your wife's cookie was quite delicious. Okay, enough.
Yeah, enough.
Truce.
Okay, yeah. No more.
Leave it clean. Leave it about the Haley guy.
Yeah. Let's go back to shitting on other
people. Girl's name, you fat Carney.
Don't show him too much. Now that his career is cratered even more,
Oh, yeah.
he might, once you're at the point where you're publicly saying slurs, and it's all
It's
around
time to
the
come
internet.
on for it, Fables.
Now it's time. Now his career is lowered to the point where it's a
Podcast
natural
circuit.
It's natural for him to come on here.
Not even podcasts that like people know about.
Yeah.
We don't have we're not going to reach out to your agent, but if you come to us, if you
How did we
us,
reach out to him initially? Did we reach out to his agent, or did I just email him? Or?
I think you just in Google typed Haley. It's an email.
I just I said, Haley, come on our podcast in Google, and then I hit search, and I
Sent it out to 1,000 people.
I was hoping he was looking at Google searches and saw that somebody searched for it.
Seems like one of our viewers would have a connection to him.
Yeah.
So if you guys could get it to him.
If you're like Haley's Coke dealer or something, you let us know what his number is. Send us his number. We'll call him up.
If you're a ghost, right? From the movie he was in a couple. He was in a couple of good ones.
Yeah.
It's also embarrassing to be arrested like that, so visibly drunk and disheveled, and how they just kind of sit him fatly in the chair. He's just like,
he's got his hands handcuffed behind him, and they don't want him to crush his hands with his immense girth, and so they put his ass like at the very edge of the seat and then lean him back. So yeah, he
looks like an angry toddler.
Yeah, he's got that belly poked all the way out. Oh, you guys are fucking Nazis.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw someone say like his house was destroyed in it's not funny, but in the LA fire.
Yeah.
So they're like, where do you live? He's probably just like, fuck. I don't know.
I mean, you say that, but like, surely if my house gets taken out by a hurricane, which happens a lot here.
His house does get taken out a lot, yeah.
We have insurance for that. We have homeowners insurance. If he had, first of all, a lot of the people that lost their homes in the fires over there were all like hoity-toity rich people, he has to have homeowners insurance on it. There's no way they don't have like fire homeowners insurance. If he neglected to get it, that's on him, dude. He's just an idiot at that point.
He didn't have the wherewithal to come on our podcast. You think he's got the wherewithal to get every type of insurance?
I mean, when you live in a place that they're constantly on the news cycle, they're like, oh, Californians are running out of water. There's no water. Where's all the water at? There's big fires everywhere. Can't see outside because all the fires. I would be getting fire insurance pretty quick.
I'd be getting water. I'd be getting big totes of water.
That too, yeah.
Building walls.
Water.
Metal walls around my house.
Filling it with water. Yeah.
A moat. You got all that money, make a moat.
I don't know if he gets enough work to fill up a moat in that dry environment. I
was gonna say if he came on our podcast, we wouldn't have paid him, but we'd if he asked, if he was like, please, I'd throw him $100. I'd throw him $200.
Yeah.
If he groveled.
Yeah.
I said, say the line from AI. Do one of your lines.
Does he even have a? Does he even
do the iconic line from it?
I can't even think of like one dialogue line he has in that movie.
For the amount we talk about that movie, I really.
Yeah. All I can remember is just Jude Law's like perfect hair and teeth and everything because he's like a gigolo.
See, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
I remember that movie with Jude Law where he's in a wheelchair.
Oh, Gattaca?
Gattaca.
Dude, that movie rocks. That's just it.
Haley should have been in that one. That was a better movie.
Yeah. That would be funny if it's the
movie,
the premise of Gattaca, but take Ethan Hawke out and put Joel Osment in.
I'm Jude Law. I'm an astronaut or whatever.
They're trying to pass, because I always thought the premise of that movie, the premise of a lot of those movies is stupid, where before technology got there and they make Tom Hardy play two different characters in a movie, or Eddie Murphy or whatever. But in like
technology was there.
They had like John Travolta turn into Nicolas Cage. They look nothing alike. And Jude Law looks nothing like Ethan Hawke in Gattaca. Like,
what do you mean they look nothing alike in Face Off? They literally swap faces and just use the other actor, right?
If you took Nicolas Cage's thin little face and stretched it over John Travolta's giant, stupid head, that would be like if we took your face and put it on my head. I'm not going to look like you. I'm not magically just going to be like, people aren't going to look at me and be like, oh, look, it's
technology. If you had face switching technology, you'd assume you have some bone grafting or.
At that point, just take the brain out and swap the brains.
Oh, you think they have that level of technology? What are you, crazy?
We can just remake everything, but not the brain.
Step back.
You can't do the
grow them in the lab. Oh my God.
I mean, it seems like a stupid concept, but
yeah,
in Gattaca, there's no way. Ethan Hawke, he was a good looking dude, but Jude Law level,
but a different looking, different type, different level
of good looking,
lesser good looking.
Yes, he's more like scruffy good looking, and Jude Law was like, he looks like a Great Gatsby type or something. He looks like old money.
I haven't seen the Mr. Ripley movie, but does that also have the premise of someone trying?
Yeah, it's Matt Damon. Matt Damon's trying
pass
to
off as Jude Law.
Yeah, which is also funny because Matt Damon just comes off as effeminate, and Jude Law is like, I like jazz. Jude Law looks great in that movie, though. I think that's like a lot of guys.
I see that as like a fashion inspiration movie, and Philip Seymour Hoffman apparently did really well in there. Not shocking. What?
He is like the most condescending douche in that movie. He's fucking
I just mean as an actor.
No. It's like there's some people that I've met where I'm like, I wish I could act towards them the way that Philip Seymour Hoffman acted towards Matt Damon. Like, it was just so. He just had his fucking number.
Close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting real close.
Condescending douchebag. God, I wish I could be that. If that's
One
your goal, you're probably on the right track.
I'm on. I'm building the foundations. I'm not quite there in the ivory tower of condescending douche. Like,
I've seen the clip where he parks his car and like hops out and is like walks over. Yeah. You don't have that yet. No. You don't have like a little suit and a little car. You don't even have a car.
No,
you're actually getting further away from Philip Seymour Hoffman.
There's also like a scene where he's just like annoying Matt Damon by playing his piano, and he keeps like ding, ding, like playing the keys, and he keeps like going ding, ding with his hand, and he's just like, Matt Damon's like, please stop, it's a new piano. He's like ding, ding. Yeah, he's so fucking annoying, and he's like shits on this whole house. He's like, this place is just so gaudy. It's gaudy in here. Oh,
that's
God.
awesome.
What a talent. What a fucking
rest
talent.
in peace.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it have been you, Haley? Oh my God. Jesus. Just kidding. Wink. No, but really, I think anyone would take that trade to keep Philip here a little longer. He had a couple more rolls in him.
Yeah. Dude,
he was just hitting his stride.
Put Haley Joel in Gattaca and then have that scene. Like, there's a scene in the movie where Ethan Hawke is like 5'10" or something, and he has to be, and Jude Law's 6 feet tall. And so they have to break Ethan Hawke's legs to get him the appropriate height.
Haley Joel Osment,
They had to, dude, he would end up looking like Dee Dee from Dexter's Lab, dude. Yeah. They'd have to break his legs and then fucking pull him with a car or something and get him strung out.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? That would be really funny looking.
Still,
it grew.
Yeah, it grew. Those little shaky legs, it'd be so shaky under the weight.
Oh, God. And then folds over, snaps his legs.
Hey, guys, it's me, Jude.
Help. That would be awesome. Yeah. I would be interested what kind of... I don't think we have the technology to turn Haley into Jude Law, but
I think there is like an ending scene where it's right before Ethan Hawke gets on the ship, where for those of you that haven't seen, the whole premise is like Jude Law has impeccable genetic like makeup, and it's in a future where people I guess like predetermine their children. They like go through and like select the genome that they want their kids to have, and
Joel
and Ethan Hawke is naturally born, and so he has like he's got some
defects.
Yeah, he's got some defects. I think he has like some sort of genetic disorder or something. But what he does is he basically tries to take Jude Law's identity in order to get off planet for some reason. You need to be like one of those.
Get genetically off planet. I would like to go there.
Yeah, I know. And apparently they don't let like normie people with like fucked up genes get off Earth or something.
Get off Earth now. I'd like to see you.
Okay. Saying get off Earth, like, dude, we have like the most ADHD podcast because we just keep like staying on one topic is so hard. But speaking of get off planet and get off Earth, have you seen that video of the guy just like he's just out in nature and he's like jacking off and he like times his cum with a volcano going off? Absolutely.
You've told me about that. No, I still haven't seen it, I don't think, but you've told me about this video.
Dude, if I was on my deathbed, that's what I'd tell my family about. I'd be like, one time, me and Earth nutted at the exact same time. That's incredible.
If I was on my deathbed, I'd do that and then crawl to the volcano. Just roll over the lip.
Yeah. Nut, jump in.
Oh, we did it.
We're in sync.
Inside you.
We're in sync, yeah. At the end of Gattaca, though, after all these trials and tribulations and leg-breaking extension things so that Ethan Hawke is trying to be as close to Jude Law as possible, there's a doctor that goes through everything to make sure that he is, in fact, Jude Law. And at the end, he kind of hints that he knows that he's not really Jude Law. And he lets him go anyways because he's just like a nice guy. And I think it would be funny to get to that scene, but instead it's Haley Joel Osment, and Haley Joel's just standing there fatly, and he's like, "How'd you know it wasn't?" And the guy goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like,
shaved male pattern baldness in his head. Remember me, the charming?
With his big long legs, his super long, spindly
charming
legs.
Jude Law is here. I've got my little suit on. You see my little suit?
Oh, he's still wearing Jude Law's clothes.
Yeah.
With his belly, like you see his belly between the buttons. A button pops while he's talking to the doctor.
Yeah, then he's like, "Doy, I'm Haley Joel, fucking stupid Osment."
Also, Dr. K-word walks on the plane.
You're a Nazi. K-word. Whatever.
Whatever.
I'm an American. What?
This
is Gattaca.
Honestly, like all the people that are outraged about it, the fact that he called him both a Nazi and the K-word, I'm like, he was just swinging. Like
he was just trying to see what stuck. Oh, that one missed. Okay, well, let's see if you're the opposite.
I think we've all been there in a Call of Duty lobby. Okay, in 2013. Okay, we throw shit out until we see what hurts their feelings.
Yeah,
and that's what Haley was attempting, and he just failed.
Frustration.
Yeah,
when the cop was just resolute, like, "Shut up back there, fat little idiot! I'm gonna kill you if you keep talking." Oh God, what I give just one baton swing.
Dude,
You'll never be Jude Law. Oh wait, that movie wasn't real. I hate you. I hate you.
Do you think he would have gotten in trouble if in the body cam you see him just poke his belly with the baton? Just give it like a little.
I don't know. It would have been cool if they handcuffed him on the front and he used it to like. Maybe that's why they don't do it.
Yeah.
So like, whatever happened to like drunk fighting style?
Like, what do you mean?
Like Jackie Chan, Drunken Master, or that guy from Mortal Kombat, what was his name? Like Borachu or something. I can't remember. He was one of the main characters. One of them. It's just like a really cool, like, you seem really drunk, but you're really good at fighting still.
Well, I think that's because first the foundations are built on being really good at fighting. The alcohol doesn't make them good.
Oh, right.
They're just able to still fight on alcohol. But it's not like if you give Haley Joel a 6-pack, he's going to turn into fucking Michael Jai White and start like kicking people.
Is training though from the Forrest Gump movie and AI and all those where you had to do like choreography and stuff, like training.
Artificial intelligence. I think every scene he's just standing there as straight as possible. Yeah, stand like a robot.
Mommy. But he's got that iron grip of a robot.
Do you think he how much money do you think he made like growing up? Like, do you think he burned through it? Do you think he was one of those like abused child actors where they take it all?
Could be. Yeah,
like Macaulay Culkin, I think his parents like absconded with everything.
I don't know. Let's look up his net worth.
Those things are wildly inaccurate, by the way, because if I had the net worth that Google says I have, I would not be here right now. I would be.
Oh, come on. You'd be here.
I'd be on an island with my feet up getting my penis sucked on. All right. I'd be anywhere else. Not that I don't love this job. This job rocks. I'm just saying like an insane amount of wealth. They act like I'm getting paid.
How much do they say you have?
They say I have like millions. Which would be that would be cool.
I've seen this mini fridge.
Yeah.
Absolutely stacked.
Stacked with the most foreign beers.
Yeah.
Hamm beer. They don't get that anywhere. Okay. I had to fly that in.
That can't be right. I don't know if this is celebritynetworth.com, so you know, with a grain of salt, but it says 4 million, which you'd think it'd be a lot more.
No, I feel like that's probably right. Considering, I mean, he did those movies.
You just think like The Sixth Sense made over $672 million. I know those contracts are made like beforehand, but you just think like if you're in a couple of like incredibly famous movies, you'd get more. It's
the contract dealing that is the most important part.
Oh my God! Guess how much he made for The Sixth Sense? If this is to be believed, $150,000.
Okay, yeah, he got scammed.
I would freak
scream.
out.
I'd scream. Yeah,
the movie made $700 million. I'm the main character in.
Yeah,
well, one of.
And he didn't get any back end on that.
Bruce Willis made $14 million plus 17% of gross, which led to $120 million payday for Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis he's so wooden in that movie. He's so wooden.
God.
Yeah, I don't think Bruce Willis has to even shed a tear. Haley Joel was crying in that movie as a
He was
child.
acting his ass off.
Yeah, he was. That's
for 150,000 for some scraps.
Yeah, absolute scrap. You know what? He's earned the right to call a cop a Nazi and then turn around and call them the K word.
He made $2 million for AI.
Well, at least
for AI.
he got his payday for arguably the worst movie.
In total, he earned around $5 million during the peak years of his career.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know. You just like assume
he got robbed.
Like actors like that, if like everyone kind of knows who they are. I mean, obviously $5 million is a shit ton of money, but you're the kid from Sixth Sense. I think this guy's got like 15 mil.
Okay, I don't know if this is substantiated because once again it's on this show and I'm saying it, so it's probably wrong. But there's
take it as truth.
I had heard that you remember the little Vietnamese kid from Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
When he came to be in the movie, I think his family was from Vietnam. Like they had no idea what they were getting into, and they were ripe to be taken advantage of and getting paid like $150,000 or something like that for that movie. But I heard that Harrison Ford and the crew of the movie made sure that he got a back end deal where he ended up walking away with like 2% of the movie after the fact and set the family up for life, basically, because that movie was so hugely successful. But the fact that nobody did that for little Haley Joel, who they scared him with ghosts. They brought
mind
ghosts
you, an
down.
American.
Yeah.
As he mentioned.
Which is more important, I would think.
He was in Forrest Gump, and they just said, let's give this little fucker.
Yeah. Forrest Gump's like a goddamn war hero, and that's his child, who has the worst mom in the world, and you're going to pay him that much? Come on.
Wait. Oh, my God.
What?
In 2006, he pleaded no contest to driving under the influence after crashing his car, and a misdemeanor of drug possession then, too.
He's a bad boy.
Serious injuries, broken rib. Yeah, shoulder blade, 60 hours of rehab, and a $1,500 fine. $1,500, that's like $1 million to him.
Yeah.
And so I'm sensing a pattern, doing some drugs, and then getting irresponsibly drunk.
He actually sounds like he would be pretty cool to hang out with.
Not bad.
Yeah, he seems like it'd be awesome.
He didn't kill anyone, so it's fine.
So what? He gets fucked up and he screams bad words at people. In another life, he would have been one of us. I think he would have been the third host. He's a shoo-in for Brian replacement when you think about it.
Get him, do that thing where you act like a robot. Yeah, channel that.
All right, do a side-by-side of him in the back of the cruiser with his hands behind his back, and then Brian in his sleeping bag cold during the hiking trip when everything broke, when his backpack broke, and he was like, I cheaped out, now I'm paying the price.
I'm a Canadian, don't you know? You gotta respect me. This website is literally only taking into account 3 movies. There's no way he's only in 3 movies. So he's got to have more money than this because it's literally just like, here's from AI, here's from Pay It Forward.
Yeah.
This is claiming he didn't even get paid. And we're not even mentioning one of his best roles yet, Secondhand Lions.
Absolutely incredible, dude. Oh,
they don't even mention it.
Yeah.
He's probably worth you throw in Secondhand Lions, 10, 15 mil?
It was that Michael Caine and who's the other guy?
I don't know. We never know. It's let's see. They put him we've gone down this path before because I remember being like, wow, they don't put the other old guy up on the cast at all. You really got to look for him.
No, he's great. He's absolutely phenomenal. He's a great actor too.
Robert Duvall. Definitely, dude. We've been here.
Yeah, Robert Duvall and Michael Caine.
Down.
That movie, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I watched it. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like as like important of a movie to me growing up as something like Big Fish maybe. I loved Big Fish.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of fantastical. Big Fish was.
I haven't seen Big Fish in forever, but my mom and I really love that movie.
Yeah.
Just rewatched Moulin Rouge recently, another Ewan McGregor epic.
Yeah. I did not care for that movie.
I loved it. I loved it when I was a kid. I loved it when I
Isn't
rewatched
it a musical?
Yeah, but it's not like fully. Almost within 10 seconds, I was like, holy shit, this is way more overwhelming than I remember. It evens out, but the start of it, and I was also immediately like, this has to be the director of The Great Gatsby. And it is. It's got that same like, zoom, wah, like images floating around the screen and people talking all funny. Love that movie. Anyway, sorry, you're talking about Big Fish. Secondhand Lions, not as important.
Oh,
as
yeah,
Big
but
Fish.
I've then since gone back and watched a bunch of YouTube shorts of Secondhand Lions. What a movie. What a film. It's just good, dude. I love watching old Michael Caine stuff. He's so great.
No, it's always stuck with me, and I've definitely mentioned this before, but the part where the Robert Duvall's like, you don't attack a guy with a knife like this, because then you catch the hand and he beats the shit out of those punks in that like gas station or whatever, and he's like, you hold it like this. And anytime I've been in a knife fight since, it's come in handy. Also, the fact that you can trust a lion if you feed it.
I think when you say that, like, don't attack someone like this, but do it like the other way. I remember a long time ago, there's all those like HEMA YouTubers like Scala, Gladiatoria, and Lindy Beige.
I don't know any word you're saying right now.
The HEMA guys are the historical European martial arts guys. There's like a whole subsection of YouTube where it's dudes that
FEMA?
that they have like swords and European armor, and they go like, it's actually better if you attack like this and like this, and according to the manuscripts, and they just go over like medieval fighting manuscripts and talking about like what's better. I remember there being like back and forth discourse for months over, is it better to stab like this or like this? And Lindy Beige delivered his whole like, I'm a huge fan of Lindy Beige, and I was like, there's been some people that are like, you should have him on as a guest. I'm like, I don't know if I'd get along with that guy a whole lot.
Don't meet your heroes.
Yeah, I think I would like him. I get the feeling he would find me tiresome real quick. But
would hurt.
He made a whole video in verse, like in poetic verse, about why it's better to stab like this. And the guy that replied to it is that Scala Gladiatoria guy. I did not pick up that it was verse and sent a whole reply back about like, actually, I think this is a good stabbing technique. And Lindy Beige, like his follow-up reply was just like, dude, like, come on. I wrote like an entire verse thing. It was very hard for me to construct this video in verse, in poem. And then you just reply like so half-assedly. Like he just seemed so butthurt on the situation.
Yeah.
It was just funny. Like the two.
If he really only respects like, incredible effort being put into something, I think he'd love coming on here.
I think he would actually. Yeah, he might
also, it sounds like he's never seen Secondhand Lions, because I don't know if it's real or not, but Robert Duvall definitely says in it, like, that if you do that, it's so telegraphed. They're going to grab your wrist.
Yeah.
And, probably kill
who
you.
knows more? Like those dorks, the medieval dorks in the manuscripts, or Robert Duvall? Robert Duvall's a fucking badass.
Collegiate fencer, and, you hold it like that. You don't hold it like this.
Yeah.
And by collegiate fencer, I, of course, mean I took a fencing class in college, but I've started to say collegiate fencer just to insinuate maybe that
you're more athletic than you are.
Yeah, or like better at fencing than I was.
I feel like you might actually win if you grab your foil like this and try to do a stab, like, because they've never seen that before.
Or throw it.
Yeah, I brought like a harpoon gun to my fencing thing. Yeah.
Sit down, bitch. Hold on.
I know we've talked about fencing before, but I've also done fencing at a much younger age, and
we're kind of
like aristocrats.
Yeah.
No, I was actually very kind of heartbroken with how many rules there are. I thought you would just start.
Bouts go.
Yeah, I thought you would just start and just kind of whip the shit out of each other, and then it would be like last man standing. But they're like, no, sir, you can't attack until you have properly parried an oncoming attack.
You must throw your glove down as a challenge.
Yes.
Let's pick it up.
Yeah, don't stand like that. Stand more gay-like to the side with your hand up. And
that, of course, is the happy way of standing. It's in Old English. Stand gay. I'm like, I'm trying. Oh, perfect. You're standing so gay. I haven't done anything. God.
Just walked in the door. You need to stand gay like that guy. It's just, yeah, it's just you just standing by the door. Is this the fencing department?
Yeah. Is this the right class? I thought it'd be more like stick fighting in your yard when you were a kid. Like, I thought it'd be like, boom, like epic.
Yeah.
Like fighting. But yeah, it's a lot of just like,
the fact that
bump
there's
it off once and poke them.
Yeah, the fact that you can't just attack when there's an opening. They're like, no, you can only attack if like there's a cadence to it, if I remember correctly. Because
I mean, you're a beginner class, but in collegiate fencing,
you can
it's
just
a bloodbath.
You can just whack each other.
I don't really remember.
I remember seeing there was a Pierce Brosnan James Bond movie that he does fencing, and they end up knocking over statues and going through windows and really just beating the shit out of each other. And then I think they lose their foils, and then they end up picking up claymores and really just going to town on each other with those. And I thought maybe it's like that. No, it's not. It's actually, I don't even think I ever broke a sweat doing it because it was so
never broke a statue once.
No, yeah. It's a real low T sport, believe it or not.
I think I broke a sweat just because you're wearing that big ass like.
Yeah, you look like you're gonna
onesie.
get like a dentist X-ray or something. It's like just a front vest.
And the helmet
doesn't go around the back side of your head. It's just on the front. It feels like it's gonna fall off. It's weird.
I think mine went over the whole head, but you just have that like dragonfly looking thing on the front. Which it's hard to see that little tiny silver thing when you're looking through that.
They should make them open-eyed. They should immediately get stabbed right through the fucking eye.
Well, like a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah.
Like a big plastic visor or something. I don't know. Just that'd be cool. I could be like the bad boy of fencing class.
Yeah. I do remember I wanted to get into it because there was also I went somewhere. I think I went to like the FSU campus or something, and there was a HEMA group there that was fighting with like dulled weapons, and they were really just wailing on each other. And then I went home and started constructing my own weapons that we could fight with. And so I had like a big
2x4 with nail in it.
I had a big laundry basket full of I'd make them out of cardboard.
Oh.
And then I'd wrap them in duct tape, and they would end up heavy. Like you could bruise the hell out of somebody with them. But then I had if my friend Michael wasn't coming over, I had nobody to I was the youngest person in the neighborhood. So I'd drag my big laundry basket over to my neighbor's house, Steven, and I'd be like, Steve, you want to play? You want to beat the hell out of each other with my cardboard swords? And you'd be like, I'm in 8th grade, dude. Like, I'm not doing that shit with you.
I know. Yeah. That's one of those things that, like, I think if I was less maybe more secure. I mean, it would have probably made me more self-conscious if I did it. But, like, I always thought people that did, like, light LARPing with their friends, I'm like, that looks really fun.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it because I'm on the pursuit of pussy, but it looks fun. And I loved fighting in my yard as a kid. And I had like a bunch of actual swords that we weren't allowed to really fight with, but we get the like practice swords that were just wood or foam. And like my friend Cash and I would fight with those all the time. And it was super fun. And one of the most fun parties I went to in college was one where I was like constantly looking over my shoulder, like, thank God there's no chicks here. Because it was a friend of a friend's party where they had like a sword fight contest to win a prize. And they were like having like firework battles and sword fighting and smoking a shit ton of weed. And this one guy was smoking a ton of catnip because he was claiming it got you high and he was out of weed. That was bad, but it was like a sweaty nerd party. And it was so different than any I'd been to. And it was probably one of the most fun. And I won the fucking sword fighting contest by being like a bitch and like trying to use my fencing class stuff. And it worked. And I won. And I got to burn my enemy's weapon. And then I got a tie as a prize.
That's pretty badass.
It was really badass. It was actually really cool. And I felt free.
Yeah.
And then I never went to another one of their events.
Yeah.
Because I kind of had this like built up legend. It's like this just like kind of total badass that showed up and just like one left. That
is going to like an old dude area and having a get together, it's kind of freeing in a way because you're like,
which is small minded because I'm sure there's a lot of girls that'd be like, I want to do
I
that.
want to get my ass kicked.
It's not about you. It's about me perceiving that you're here.
This is his
feeling shy.
This is his Fight Club moment. He's having just an old dude time.
Yeah, everyone's shirtless. Sword fighting. Can't emphasize that enough. I was the best sword fighter. Forehead Fables Nation, are we ready to factor into our food equation? Because it's time to make this our best season yet. Spring is sprung, and it's time for the yum. 2-minute meals from Factor. No prep, no mess. Gives you more time to get outside and smell the roses because you're not doing so much prepping and cooking and cleaning. And, you know, we all have a very active lifestyle here, and we like to get out there. 45 weekly menu options. You can pick gourmet meals that really fit your goals. Calorie smart, Lord knows I need it. Protein plus, well, Lord knows I need that too. Keto and more. They power your day with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's easy to savor more this spring because Factor meals, they pack the flavor with none of the fuss. I just ate a Factor meal and I feel really powerful and I feel powered up and ready to go. So get started at factormeals.com/forehead50off and use code forehead50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code forehead50off at factormeals.com/forehead50off for 50% off plus free shipping.
What was it last episode that we were talking about ether? No, it's the episode before that we were talking about ether.
Maybe even 3 ago.
Yeah, this guy sent me a documentary on ether from... Have I mentioned this before?
No.
Because I got the documentary and I didn't watch it. And then this morning I watched it in its entirety. And it's only like 22 minutes, but it's about a small Romanian town. And the guy's going around interviewing people in the town. And he's like interviewing the mayor and like all these old dudes. And they're all just talking about like, that town used to be the place where ether was just really big there. Like that's all they did was drink ether. And everybody that you ask about it, there was nobody that was like, that was a dark time. Everybody's like, God, I wish we had that ether back. That shit rocked.
Vampires ruled, werewolves were in the woods. Magic was real in Romania.
Back when we had ether, man, the sky was the limit. No, they were just asking all these old dudes that look like, they look like they lived in like the Black Forest of Germany or something. They all had like those kind of like fedora hats that have the feather in them that you see like dudes wearing where they wear lederhosen. I don't know what those hats are called. It's not.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like they would pair it with some clogs.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a cool woodsy European trilby. Yeah, it's like a trilby meets a Robin Hood hat with a little feather in it. All these guys. These
Very
old
cool.
dudes are wearing those, and they're talking about their heyday of drinking ether, and like,
that's
dude,
awesome.
the nostalgia in their face too. Like when they're talking about it, they're like, "Oh my god!" They get some, and then they bring it to the old community center from back when like Romania was a satellite country, and the community center is completely like just decrepit now. It's not even used anymore. And so like the ceiling is like caved in and they're standing in the middle of it. And they're like, these walls used to reek of ether for weeks after we drink here.
You could smell it from a block away.
Yeah. And I wrote down some of the things that they said in here because it was fucking awesome. The town it was called Volvavat, Romania. It has 5,000 people in it. That's it. And they were quoted saying baptisms, weddings, family gatherings, everybody drinks. The young women, the elderly, everybody would drink ether. And
Drinking it.
Yeah, they would drink it. They wouldn't inhale it. And they were like, it was like an unwritten law. Like if you had a gathering, it wasn't an official party until the ether was brought out. and they were like, we remember in like this was like 1950 is when it was at its heyday. He was like, I remember there would be weddings where they brought wine out the wedding would be.
Boo.
He's like, the wedding was nice. We loved it, but it was over in like 2 hours. But he's like, if you brought ether out, that wedding would go on all night and into the next morning. And so anybody that wanted to have a good wedding for the whole town, they would bring ether and they would get the whole town fucked up on ether.
That's so sweet. Hey, welcome to the neighborhood. Here's a bottle of ether.
And they even like interviewed the mayor, and the mayor's sitting there. He's just like, I'll admit, I used to do it too. Okay. Like,
we all did ether, okay? The kids, the old people.
Yeah. And they talk about, they're like, it's not legal now. And they kind of like, they put their head down.
Not even the mayor can make it legal anymore.
Can you believe this shit? Yeah. No, there's a point where the mayor goes to like the town well, and he's like, it used to be common for me and my cousins.
Filled with ether.
No, me and my cousins used to drink ether outside, like right here at this well. And one time we poured like some of a bottle into the well, and everybody in town complained that it tasted like ether for like days afterwards. It took like a week for all the ether to get out of the well water. That's insane.
You think they'd be happy? Yeah. The water, even the water's turned to ether.
Yeah.
How bad does it? Because we talked about that on the ether episode. Like, it does have a really rough smell, right?
Yeah.
But
oh, dude, there was like one of those old dudes was like, if you were at a club dancing and you didn't smell like ether, you weren't a man. He was like, other people would judge you based on whether or not you smelled like ether.
I wonder.
Like, this guy doesn't party.
It's weird because back then they'd be like, yep, that's ether. But nowadays, if you reeked like ether in a club, people would be like, what is that smell? They wouldn't be able to place it, right? Because ether's not as commonplace. You wouldn't be able to point out exactly maybe that it's you that smells like ether.
Yeah, they'd be like,
you just be like,
do you work at the airport?
Leak?
Do you work on the tarmac?
What does ether smell like? What are they?
I've heard it smells like jet fuel. So kind of
Some
like
people
petroleum.
Like the smell of like gasoline and stuff. So
yeah,
I don't mind it. I don't know if I'd want my like body leaking like jet fuel smell, but if you felt good,
I mean, what's awesome here is there's a couple more like points that were in the thing. It's all like it's got closed captioning on it, so I had to sit there and like read everything they were saying, but. There was a great story of one of those old dudes was talking about where he went down to the Danube River and his village, like at the time.
Danube River.
Yeah.
Sounds like where my freaking Fortnite duos came from or something.
Classic. Yeah.
Thanks for that softball pitch, man. Fucking
you're welcome.
Killed it.
At the time, I guess even now, this town is like in the middle of nowhere, and so. The Danube, like they would go to it, and then on the other side of the river was another town that they would show up, and on the shores they would hang out like in the summer, just hanging out at the river with their friends. And the people on the other side of the river apparently didn't have an ether problem like they had. And they were like
The Walking Dead.
All these ether addicts coming down to the river, and they said that they said it was Sunday, and they were down at the river, and everybody from their side was fucked up on ether, and everybody on the other side was just like, what is up with them over there? And then they were like, and then we found out that he's like, after you drink it, you get really fucked up, and then after a couple minutes, your body starts producing a burp. And when you burp, that burp, it smells foul, and it gets rid of, like, as soon as you do that big burp, you start coming down off of your ether high. And he's like, we found out that if you light a match, you can burp and do a fireball. And so he's like, we're on our side of the river doing burping fireballs, and everybody on the other side of the river got up and left, and they went back home because they were like, they're possessed or something. They were there burping fireballs and
Carneys burping your fireballs, stinking like a Carney. Stay on your side of the river.
That is absolutely insane. And awesome.
It is awesome. And it's sad that those people don't get that sense of community anymore.
Yeah. When they're sitting there showing you everything and like all the cool places they used to drink ether, the town is a complete ruin now. Like you can tell, like the ether days of this town were the heydays. That was their gilded age. That community center had fresh ether smelling paint on those walls. It was a beautiful place. And now
we got to keep painting the walls so the ether smell goes away. So I don't mind fixing a roof. I'm on ether.
Yeah. They got rid of the ether. They got rid of the industry. Everybody moved away. All the old people are like, I'm not going to bring kids into this world if they can't have no ether.
Retire on the other side of the river where the people are normal. That's where you start a family. This is party city over here. Ether rules. It's our drinking water. The river's tainted. All the fish are dying.
The only person that seemed like to have a disdain of it was like a 20-year-old pharmacist. And she was like,
miss the heyday.
Yeah, the old people come in here and ask for ether, and she's like, we don't have ether here.
Still?
She's like, we haven't sold it since like 1960, and I think the documentary was probably in like the 90s or 80s, like, and well, it's hard to place because like if you're that rural in Romania, you can't tell from the dress, but I would assume
can't tell from the camera quality.
Even that was kind of like who knows, but I'm assuming 90s is when this thing was made. But there was a doctor that they asked and about ether, and he was like around the turn of the century, it was unfashionable for women to drink, but it was very fashionable for women to faint when they heard news. Especially news about like love life related stuff. Like if someone like a guy is hitting on you, they would go like, oh, and they would faint.
You see that in the movies and stuff. And
it was very.
You thought they were just weaker back then.
No, apparently the women would faint, faking faint, so that they would be brought to with ether. Because that was a common way to resuscitate someone, was to give them some ether. And so and the guy and the fucking surgeon was like. He was like, but if you were a poor woman or a poor man, a slap would suffice. And so there's somewhere, there's a woman that's like, hey, I might get some ether if I faint right now. And then he's like, wake up, you fucking broad. Bow, bow.
Guy walks up to the bar. Hey, how's it going? Wake up when I'm talking to you. And then a 10 walks by and faints. You go, some ether for the lady?
Yeah. You had that on you the whole time? He pulls out a big flask. Here you go, my lady. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is absolutely fainting just so you can get a whiff.
Yes. This stuff has to be incredible.
It's like pervert kid faking drowning so a lifeguard gives him mouth to mouth, but like just a little bit of ether, get me on my feet again.
Let's see. Old guy that was talking about burping and scaring off the other town. He also had a story about. He was like, dude, I'm telling you, this stuff's better than just a drink, because I went to the doctor 20 years ago, and I had to have surgery for my heart because I was having heart issues. He said it's gonna kill me. I went home and I drank a whole bottle of ether. And I haven't had heart problems since. My chest hasn't hurt me once. That was 20 years ago.
I don't feel.
I don't even feel anymore. Yeah, and he's just like, that shit cured me.
Heartbeat.
He's like, it's a fucking cure-all, man.
I'm running on jet fuel. I don't have regular blood in my veins anymore.
And then my last point here is at the very end of the documentary, the mayor. This is literally verbatim what I wrote. The mayor, head held low, states, as mayor, I can say that nobody drinks ether anymore in this village. Whoever emailed that in, you're a fucking legend. That was awesome.
Delivery of a man talking about 9/11.
Yeah. No more ether in this
town will never be the same.
Never the same. Dude, honestly, it's like you're walking through like a boom town from like the California gold rush, but it's just like an ether town, and everybody knows that the ether ain't coming back, and it's sad to see.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's like, what are all these like little shitty Pacific Northwest towns going to do when all the fent's gone?
Yeah, get some ether.
Well, there's going to be some pretty sad documentaries in the future.
Yeah,
nobody does fent no more.
There's no fent anymore.
I used to lean right here at the street corner.
Put some in the water.
Yeah.
Put it in the water so everyone could get a taste.
Yeah. We had kids leaning leaning everywhere after we put it in the well water.
And give them a little bit of fent, put them on one of those hoverboards. They can lean and just fly down to another state. They just keep going. They don't even know where they are. Now, nary a hoverboard in sight.
Yeah. Or fent lean.
Yeah. Now people stand up straight.
What's the point? What's the point in all that?
We absolutely talk about this with fent leaning because the way it's like, oh, that reminds me of this thing. But you see those old people that are like completely bent to the ground.
Yes.
And how scary. And right now I'm like, like sitting like an old man. Anytime I think about that, I'm okay. Because those old guys, it's tough enough being old. It seems horrible.
Yeah.
You hear about the like pain that you're just constantly feeling and just kind of like, the end is coming.
Yeah.
But then to just be like looking down at the dirt you're going to be buried in soon, like constantly, cannot be good for your mental health. Cannot be good reminder.
No, I'm sure it's not.
And I feel so bad when I see them. They're just like, some of them are like 90 degrees.
Oh, like bent over? Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're full just bent.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that?
Impressive.
I feel like if I try to pick up something off the ground, like if I'm picking up toys and stuff out of the playroom, after doing it like 30 times, like lower back is kind of, I make sure to push my ass out because I'm like, lower back's getting kind of fatigued. If you just live like that, do you just live with, is every vertebrae just like a bulge disc at that point? How do you stay bent over that much?
And if you like laid them on their front, would they just be like head on the ground, feet on the ground, middle in the air?
Yeah.
And like, what would happen if you like pushed really hard? Could they just like crack back to
straight?
Yeah. If you like cracked them really,
have you seen that
really bad and then put a brace on them?
Have you seen that chiropractic video where they're giving like that 90-year-old woman a chiropractic adjustment? And she goes, ow! Like the guy goes, he's doing the thing where he puts like the towel under her neck and goes, gunk, and pulls, and she's like, ow!
No, dude, every one of those chiropractic videos looks like absolute torture.
It's modern day
torture. And at the end, they're like, do you feel better? And they're like,
oh!
I don't know. You see that one I post on Twitter where I've got to find this video, but the guy's like rubbing with his knuckles right above like where the root of the penis must be. And then he's got this steel rod that he like hammers into his ass. Yeah. And then he's like, how do you feel or whatever? And the guy looks like he has shell shock. He's like, oh, I'm all right. What? Like, what are you doing? Like, is this real? I don't trust chiropractors.
It's a fucking sham, dude. It's
you get a railroad
scam.
spike and a hammer. Like, what can this do to my body that's going to make me feel better?
Yeah.
Now, if you put it right up my asshole, I might be, better in the moment.
Yeah.
But, because I don't even think he's actually hitting in his asshole. It's like where the tail would be. And then on the front, he's really deep. Like he's like at the root of penis, like rolling it hard.
Yeah. Which is weird because there's no joints there. It's all just one big pelvis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a knot. My penis is tied in a knot. I need you to help me.
I do not trust chiropractors. The one thing I do like about chiropractors though is before you go in to get all your bones cracked, they put those like electric mats on your back that just sit there and make your muscles contract over and over again. Oh. And I guess they just loosen up your muscles.
I've never been to one. I've never like had like a massage like that.
When you go, if you ever go, there's a part, just tell them don't adjust my neck. Whatever you do not adjust my neck, because I've heard that when you get put in a fucking wheelchair, it's because of the neck adjustment. When they're doing the cracking of the neck, that's when people end up getting paralyzed.
You're laying on your belly and you're looking up at the ceiling.
Yeah. And then
how do you feel?
They twist it off.
It's all backwards. Yeah. It's all backwards. Rip my shirt off and see my back. There's joints inside the body that you can only reach the practice hand.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Chiropractor reaching up in your guts. Not like through your asshole, but maybe down your mouth.
Down your belly button.
Oh, yeah. Unwrapping your belly button. I always get worried about that when I fiddle with it. That
you're gonna undo the knot.
I was so scared, that I could like untie it and my guts would just spill out of me.
Everything would pour out.
Yeah, but if it was someone that took like a chiropractor class, didn't even have like a real medical license or whatever, went to medical school and they just opened it up a little and then like deep tissue massage me.
I wonder if you can get, like, what's the wall of flesh in between intestines and belly button?
Scary. Honestly, like just thinking, you asking that question gives me chills thinking about like,
because imagine,
oh God, I'm all
poo,
meat.
Right? You eat something real dry. You eat like, let's say, you know how like sometimes you get a hankering for a bunch of sawdust? Let's say you eat like a pound of
Cliff
sawdust.
Bars, so I know what you mean.
Yeah. Sawdust held together with some sort of coagulant, whatever
Nature
the
Valley
fucking
bar.
the Cliff Bar is. And all that poop goes down your intestines, and right before your asshole, it dries up. You got a big cork in you. Then regular poop comes down on top of it. That's just in your intestines. If you do like a stomach crunch or something, or like a sit up, is there a chance that the poop could just shoot out your belly button like a secondary butthole? Like eventually, if you squeeze your body enough, it's gonna have to go somewhere. And I feel like
yes.
I feel like the easiest way out, if it has to go somewhere or you die, wouldn't it just come out of your belly button like a soft serve machine?
How do you think people get outie belly buttons? That's a little bit of poop pushing from the inside.
Is that what
it's
it is?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's
that's from holding your poop too much.
Yeah.
What is
That's what I'm going to tell my kids. So you get an outie belly button. Holding your poop too much, it's trying to poke out of your guts and it's going to burst you open.
What's the what causes outie belly buttons? What causes?
Are you not fucking listening?
Those things actually concern me. If someone has an outie, it pisses me off.
Some of them are very bulbous. I bet Haley's got an outie. It would not be good to be really fat and have an outie, because then on your like tight shirt you just see like a little alien popping out of here.
My uncle was like that. My uncle was like that. He had a was it an umbilical hernia?
Oh.
And so his belly button started to poke out. But then as he got fatter, his belly button got wider and wider. I swear to God, dude, his belly button was that big around. It was it looked like, and then it poked out a little bit. And so on his shirt,
yourself. Go to the bathroom.
No, on the inside of his shirt, it just looked like someone had the bottom of a Coke can pushed up against the inside of his shirt. Because it had like a rim to it, where his like the rim of his belly button was, and then it had a very subtle like a little
You've
round.
talked about that before, and it's never grossed me out as much as right now. Just thinking about like touching it, and the other day I was just like looking at my hands and was like, "There's skeleton in there. There's flesh. There's blood. It's all so close, right under the skin."
Yeah.
And now the belly button. What's right behind that little thin wall?
Could be a mountain of shit. You don't know.
And how easy would it be just for like some piece of machinery that I'm normally dealing with, or something to just cut me open?
It's weird how like Krav Maga and judo and stuff, they always like work on like slamming people and like repositioning them. Like some striking martial arts, they always talk about like rocking someone so they knock them out. I just want to do one where it's like you just focus on doing like a pincer move with your fingers, like the 5-finger exploding heart technique, but just to someone's belly button. Like, could you
5-finger belly exploding technique?
Yeah, could you just like quickly do like a fist like that and go into someone's belly button?
Get 2 fingers in there.
Could you go say their belly button if you try hard enough?
And how scared would they be?
You'd
tap out even if you're at an advantage?
Even if you're not getting in there. Even if you're not getting in there, if someone fish hooked either side of my belly button, first of all, already I'm dialing it down. This is something where you don't come from the front. This is you come behind them like that.
What are you doing?
And once they have me like this, I'm tapping on their hand immediately, because I'm like, I don't even want to know where you're going from there. Once you double fish hook either side of my belly button, it's over.
I've thought about the idea before of getting someone in one of those headlocks where like you've got their head with your legs, and you're up behind them, and then just pissing your pants. And how bad they'd be like, "What is that? What is that?" And it's like, if you're in a street fight, you can do whatever.
Yeah.
You know, there's no ref. And if you know, piss your pants, shit your pants or something like that on them, they're going to be freaking the hell out. Get a finger in their belly button. I saw a video on Twitter the other day. Apparently, the way you're supposed to break up a dog fight is you like lift up the dog's back legs or lift its tail up. This guy, a German Shepherd, was like going to town on a little dog, and a guy just runs up behind it, lifts its tail up, and like
we've talked about this on the podcast.
Oh shit. Okay, well, I resaw that video. I don't know if at the time I'd seen it, but I was just like,
what? Okay, what's insane is
I love my dog. I don't know if I could like.
What's insane
like a lot.
is that isn't one hero with his one technique that worked at one time. Because I think last time we talked about this, that's what we had hypothesized. Like, what did that guy go through where he was like, I know that I got the perfect trick for this one moment. Because the video you saw, which I've seen too, is the second video where someone fingers a dog's ass and gets them to stop. The first one was like a pit bull attacking like a Pomeranian type dog. There's a guy beating the pit bull with a 2x4. Pit bull's not letting go. Guy comes up, fucking raises that tail, sucks the end of his little index finger like he's about to put a stamp down, and goes to town. Yeah. He goes to town fingering that dog's ass. The dog immediately lets go and goes like, the turn and look at the guy is so funny too. The dog's like,
it's like, whoa, chill out.
Imagine
There's
like
no need to go that far.
Imagine you're the dog and you're just like, I'm killing some, hell yeah. And then just like, what? Whoa, dude.
Excuse you.
Yeah,
my asshole, man. Like,
what the fuck? I was okay with the dude beating me with a 2x4 and all the people screaming at me and yanking on me. But you just went too far there. You just brought it to a place I didn't want it to go. I just wanted to kill this dog and get out of here. And now look at me. You fingered my ass.
I'm sure we talked about this last time, but in the comments, there's like 20 people posting a video of a street fight happening, and this guy's friend's being beat up, and he like pulls down the guy's pants and does the same thing, and the guy's like,
dude, it's the ultimate fight ender.
Yeah, because you've taken it too far.
Yeah,
you've taken it a step. You can beat me to death. Okay, sure. I probably had it coming. Surprise, finger up my asshole, rapid fire. Like, it's not that serious.
Those guys don't slowly do it. They go in. Yeah, they're trying to make that dog squirt, dude. They go to town on that ass.
Oh.
The guy with the Labrador is funny because he just goes like or the German Shepherd. Yeah, he goes to town on it.
The dog was just standing there barking. Stop that barking.
That's
sit. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll teach you to sit.
We need to open up a self-defense course, dude. Hey guys, we got a new fighting style.
Okay. One of those fighting dummies, but it's just a dog with an asshole.
No, that's the beauty of our self-defense is that it works against people, it works against dogs.
Okay, regular training dummy with an asshole, dog dummy with an asshole.
We have varying training things. Yeah, everybody's got an asshole.
Wolf, coyote, dog,
kangaroo. Cat. I've seen that video of the guy squaring up with a kangaroo. I bet you if you finger that thing, it'll run away.
Alligator, snapping turtle, crocodile. Yep. Everything has to fart and shit.
The alligator one, I feel like that's advanced course because theirs is like hidden in the scale somewhere. And isn't it like a louvered door that kind of like opens up?
Yeah,
it'd be hard to finger that ass.
I want to scratch around until you can find purchase.
Maybe that's an evolutionary advantage where like 20 million years ago, there was a creature that fingered other creatures' asses. And they were like, enough of that. That is not happening to me again. We're going to hide. We hid that shit. We hid that shit big time. Yeah.
I wish it makes me want like a chastity belt for my asshole for my street fighting.
Yeah.
When I'm doing my street fighting with my secondhand lion knife.
You know,
and then the guy catches it and then goes to finger up my asshole from under.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. You know shit's getting serious when the guy puts on a chastity belt before a street fight. You see him over there belting it on.
What can you do? Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, I know. Haley Joel Osment getting ass fingered AI
cops.
video. Make the Studio Ghibli style. Hey, shut up back there. Okay, you won't shut up back there?
You're going to regret you weren't so nice to me. You're going to regret being mean to me.
I didn't mind when you called me the K word, but a Nazi?
Yeah.
That's it.
I draw the line there.
Now I'm going to do something to you so awful. It's awful.
Dude, I made like a little funny tweet, and it was the one tweet I didn't want to go like viral. It was yesterday.
Can't ask for those kinds of things.
I know. Yeah. Usually people want them to go viral, but I made a tweet like, did you know Elon Musk he has like 12 kids? I didn't realize he had so many kids.
Yeah, he's got a shit ton of kids.
Yeah. I found out they're all in vitro. Like he didn't make a single one of them naturally. And
it's because his botched penis.
I didn't know that until I saw the comments. So I made a tweet. I was like, wait, Elon's been getting all these women pregnant with in vitro fertilization? Dude, I got a way cooler method you should try, you dumbass. And
burn.
Yeah, burn. Just like a little simple burn. And then I come back and it's got like 5,000 likes on it. I'm like, oh, sweet, cool. It's doing well. Then I come back, it has 100,000. I'm like,
oh, damn.
I'm like, oh, shit. And then I just checked out now. It has 174,000 likes on it. And I'm like, oh, the guy that owns this website probably has seen it. And he has like unchecked power within the federal government, and they're making people disappear. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Like, just goofs,
my
dude.
method sucks.
I think I think in vitro is actually way cooler than regular sex, and I think that's awesome for you.
Regular sex is overrated, and I actually prefer penises small and mangled.
Yep.
On the record. For the record. Sir.
Yeah.
I think a disgusting...
I think a botched, shriveled up, weird penis with like a plastic tube in it is actually really cool, and some women probably like that.
It's kind of heroic to even try to aim, shoot for Mars, shoot for a penis beyond what you were born with.
Yeah.
It just like takes some real balls.
It's weird that billionaires have had 2 botched penis enlargement surgeries. There was that other billionaire that died like a couple years ago trying to get his penis more bigger.
It's the one thing money can't buy. Well, it can. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of success stories out there, but I can't imagine your penis would feel right.
I also feel like the more money you have, the more you can just like pay a woman to act like it's huge, You
wouldn't even have to pay them to act like it. They'd just be like, this thing's awesome.
I don't pay Abby.
Yeah.
It's
because that money, that patron money.
Yeah. She goes, this is awesome. And I go, it's not even botched. It came out botched like that. A surgeon didn't do that. I was born that way.
It doesn't remind me of your uncle's belly button. It's awesome. And
I like how wide it is and how short it is at the same time. That's incredible.
It's like we're 2 puzzle pieces that don't go together, but
we make it work.
We do. But we force them together and beat nature.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyways, Elon, I think in vitro is really cool, and I hope you get all those budget cuts or whatever you're doing.
I hope you have 1 million kids.
Yeah, and I hope if you're mad at me, I hope you go to Mars soon and forget all about your worldly troubles.
And see you later, major loser. I remember it was around the time that I was tweeting about Elon Musk slightly. Well, no, it was right before that I got shadow banned, and then I made a tweet calling him like a fat pussy and all this stuff, and talking about him like crucifying me and like shocking me and being like Lonchicus and stuff.
Yeah.
After I tweeted it, I'm like, I mean, it only got 10,000 views or something. I was like, this guy seems pretty petty on here. I really hope I don't get banned. And I can't imagine getting like 100,000 likes. I'd be like, oh, I'm probably could be on his radar for the day. Seems to spend a lot of time on Twitter. Yeah. So you should be.
It is astounding that you can have that much wealth and be that like and like that much access to culture, if that makes sense, and like the molding of culture, and be that uncool. Elon, if you're still watching this, you'd turn it off right about 10 seconds ago. Because I'm actually like a huge fan, but like Elon, if you're watching this, deafen really quick. This is just between me and my friend, my co-host. But like
basically the new Iron Man. If he was a dumb fat pussy with no self-esteem.
But
more money.
Dude, like 10 years ago, I think I remember having the conversation with my dad because it was one of those moments where I was like, God, I turned out so fucking wrong. Because like I remember talking to him, I was like, I feel like Elon Musk is going to be looked back on as like a Howard Hughes type, you know, like an misunderstood genius that was out of his time, you know?
Yeah, he should have stayed a little more in the shadows where people could draw their own conclusions and kind of give him like, there's some mystique around him a little bit.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, this guy just wants to make cool things and go to Mars. Sure.
Yeah.
And then, he took a turn into the spotlight.
That was not good.
It's a poor choice if he wants to be liked.
Yeah.
He seems to want to be liked and respected and loved. And I'd say getting into politics is a quick way to
lose that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a cool politician.
Like
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah. But he's not.
No, he's not.
So, no, he's like a shadow president. But he could come back if he made something like an Iron Man suit that worked.
Yeah.
Or
I did see Bernie Sanders, like he retweeted a Bernie Sanders clip of Bernie warning about the oligarchy. Bernie's like, you need to watch out about oligarchy. Like, these billionaires are getting a lot of political power. And Elon like retweeted, he's like, Bernie Sanders is a dumb bitch and he's old and stupid. He's like just whining about stuff. Yeah. And I've seen that a lot too. Like he has $3 million. Bernie's like a big millionaire.
He almost has as much money as Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah. Like, dude, if you're like 70 and you don't and you've been working your whole life and haven't, had some huge economic turmoil, but been gainfully employed your whole life, $3 million is not like a huge ask, I feel like.
Yeah. It's expected.
No, I mean like he owns property.
I wish my grandparents had that.
I know, right? Yeah. Now my usually what happens in my family, like in my family, by the time they reach Bernie's age, they would have stopped working 20 years ago. Like my family like always retires in their like late 50s, early 60s. And then they go like, but they don't have enough money or real estate equity to like float into, so like their like last check bounces. And then
all right, time to die.
Which I think is honestly perfect. That's how I want to die. But as the generation under them, I really wish they would have like millions of dollars before they die.
Work till they were 90.
Yeah, that would be so much cooler.
At least a part-time job, like a burger shop. Just like give yourself some walking around money. Keep that savings tight.
Yeah. But being like hundreds of billions of dollars and being like, he's got $3 million.
Just like do something cool, like bring Ether back in the mainstream, make something cool to distract us, like
Ether pills,
a coliseum
like,
with robots, like something to distract
like
us.
How about this? You want to wield political power, Elon? You want to be cool? You want to win the hearts of the people? Okay, you need to bring Ether back to Volva something Romania. You need to bring it back to that Romanian village.
Look out for the little guys.
Yeah. Their well has had pure water in it for 50 years, and they're sick and tired of it. Okay,
their town smells like roses.
Yeah, they're now. Dude, honestly, it is such a beautiful town in that documentary. Like, it's just so picturesque. Like, if I had Ether, I'd get fucked up and lounge around there. They got beautiful like rose bushes and gardens and like all these like little greenhouse solarium areas, and it should be
filled with gas.
Quaint Eastern European town, yeah. Just a perfect place to just lounge around and burp fireballs and scare off the neighboring town.
Yeah, if you want our love, bring that town back, and then put genetically engineered like monsters in the woods surrounding the town to give them some sort of fear. Okay, keeps them in the town, keeps them on the ether.
Yep.
The smell of the ether keeps the creatures away.
And Elon, then you need to rent us a dojo where we can teach people how to viciously finger in self-defense.
Yeah. Fund our dreams and we'll talk. Then we'll talk about deleting that tweet. You have our demands and get us Haley Joel Osment's number.
That's us shooting for the stars, dude.
Yeah. Do these 4 simple things Nothing
And
more, nothing
I'll
less.
tweet that your penis is huge and works really well. That's why you have so many kids.
I'll fuck it, man. I'll tweet that it tastes good. Okay. Doesn't even have a botched surgery stink to it, like a lot of botched surgeries. The flesh very much taking and alive.
Do you think it's just gray and like rotting off for like 10 years?
I don't know. I'm surely not. With that much money, I feel like you could at least get some good flesh on it. I'm sure he's got like a little fucking backdoor slider, like chum chum. Probably protect his asshole in a second.
Do you think it was like one of the? Have you seen those implants where it's like they put like a blood pressure like pump thing in your balls, and then they put like an inflatable tube in your penis?
Penis enlargement expert, huh?
No, it's for like it's like
these.
erectile dysfunction. I've seen a video of them putting one in, and then in order to get an erection, the guy has to grab his balls and like pump it like it's a blood pressure cuff, and it makes his penis go. Do you think that's what he got? Or do you think he was literally trying to like Gattaca his penis where they break it?
I don't even know if it's real, but let's just say it is. And yeah, I think they're trying to Gattaca it where it's just like,
yeah. Well, the source is legitimate. It's Azalea Banks, who's known to be a level-headed, normal person.
And comments on Twitter posts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then me saying that it's gray and rotting and stinks. But yeah, I don't know a lot about the technology once again, but I'd imagine you could just cut the penis off and then put in a lab-grown penis over it.
Oh, yeah.
And then put your penis back on the end. And
I've seen like they've used stem cells to grow an ear on someone's back. I wonder if you could just grow a penis on your back.
One person grew like, what did they grow for their eye? It was something so weird. They put like, I'm gonna butcher this. They put something that's very much like not an eyeball in somebody's eyeball, basically, and grew it to where like it had the cones and could kind of see. I want to say they put like a toe in someone's eye. I don't know. Anyway, you'd think if you can do that, you could grow a penis.
Yeah.
And you could just slop it on.
Yeah. I think there's also a lot of pressure there. Like, imagine you are Elon Musk.
The coolest, most richest guy.
Imagine you have all that money. People would be asking, like, last thing you want people to know about, because you're so high profile, is penis don't work, right?
Or small.
Or penis small botched. Yeah. And so I feel like you would have a hard time funding a company where you're like, hey, why is Elon Musk like all of a sudden founded a new company where it's like Penis Grower Inc.
Well, we also grow other things.
Penis Get Bigger Inc. Incorporated.
We grow ears here and in the depths of the basement.
Yeah, is the penis growing the penis growing factory?
The evil scientist is growing penises in huge vats.
Yeah. I started up a new company where we just see if we can get someone's ear a little bit bigger than it normally is.
Ear growth.
Yeah, ear growth. Just one. And then we'll test on other things. I just want my ears a little bit bigger. And then
wink.
Yeah, wink. Hey Elon, I noticed your ears haven't changed in size at all. Even though you started that ear growing company.
Money doesn't solve everything, but I feel like if you had that much money too, you could just, if you wanted to be cool, you'd just be like, yeah guys, I'm starting a thing to grow a bigger penis for myself, and people would be like,
hell yeah.
You know what, thanks for being open about it, thanks for being honest.
I would just be like, I know there's a lot of guys out there that lack the confidence to be a big penis billionaire like me, and so I'm creating this as my public works.
Yeah, I'll be giving away 10 penises a day.
Yep. And then when they turn out really good,
100.
I will, you know what? I'll give one to myself.
Yeah.
Just to
make sure they work.
Yep.
I will be trying out
the first one.
I'm modest. Even to show modesty, I'd be like, I'm going from 1 inch to 4. I'm going to 4 inches hard. And I could make it as big as I want.
No, the whole point is he's doing his public work, so he's never going to admit he has a small penis. Yeah, guys, I already had a 7-incher. I just made it 8. Okay, I didn't want to go crazy. Just wanted to prove that it works. But in reality, it would be like a 1 to an 8-incher. He would, and then he would kill the doctor that did the surgery and bury all the paperwork.
They walk on the stage and be like, yeah! Yes!
Does his little gay X jump? Whee!
In gray sweatpants. You just see it bouncing around, flopping around. I'm going to jump a little more. Notice anything? Any questions? And also, I forgot about
all of his fucking baby mamas are like, yeah, what the fuck, dude? You couldn't have had that when you were making babies with me. Instead, we had to go to the fucking doctor and put it in me with a turkey baster. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't really know how that works totally, but
yeah,
seems cool. I like, I like mad science and stuff. I'm assuming they grow the baby in a lab.
Yeah, I think he like pays like a doctor
Latinus
to
tube.
jack him off into a petri dish or something, and then the lady sits on it. I don't know. I only do it the natural way. Call me old fashioned. I don't know.
Right in the belly button.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right in an unscrewed
Guys,
belly
I'm just
button.
an old school guy. I put my penises in vaginas for lovemaking. I finger asses for fighting. I'm just an old school guy. Oh, I want to get fucked up.
A woman when she falls down. I help her up with an ether rag.
When my
That'd be funny to do today. Like a woman faints and you're like, here you go, breathe this. Jesus Christ.
On an airplane. A woman fainted. Is there a doctor? Pull up my pocket square. I got something that'll wake her up.
I'm a doctor of sorts.
Wait, is this kind of like a high class broad? Was she in first class? Yeah. Oh, she was in coach.
Yeah. Right by the wing. First class. Lady, wake up. That would just look so scary to like. Now you just think chloroform rag. Yeah. You're like, here you go, my lady. Breathe this.
Yeah, to see a guy loading a rag up that's scary business.
Infinite questions. You'd be like, are you a doctor?
Nah.
I'm the only one that volunteered.
I'm Romanian. I'm not. I'm better. I'm better than a doctor. I'm Romanian.
I'm old school. Cool. Yeah. Look at my feather in my hat. I can do many things your medicine can't.
Is this cabin pressurized? Because I can burp a fireball if you want to see something cool.
Here's my credentials.
They emergency land the plane early because they're like, we think there's a jet gas leak inside the cabin. Something smells like gas. Something smells like jet fuel.
Jet fuel.
That was just me. Sorry.
I've been on a plane where they're like, is anyone a doctor? And I think that's one of the craziest things that you can just be like how illegal is that to be like, yeah, I'll take a look. Like, will you go to prison for that? If you're like, if nobody raises their hands and you're like, what if you don't technically say I'm a doctor, but you're like,
you just get up and walk over there. Yeah. I mean, is there,
how mad is that?
I don't think you could get in trouble.
If you don't do anything to them, but you just kind of like look at them,
give them some ether.
Yeah. Drink this.
Yeah. This will help you. It's healed a guy's heart palpitations or whatever for 20 years.
I watched a documentary where an old man had jet fuel in his heart and it made him live forever. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on the top of your lip. So I thought
if you're going into labor on the plane, this would somehow fix
diabetic shock.
This would fix you in some way.
The baby will be more powerful than a regular baby. I have to pee.
Oh, yo, Stolt just sent me a message on Discord. He's like, people are tagging us constantly about Haley Joel Osment. He sent me that. Yeah.
I have to piss, but then we should also mention that another recent topic just got a little extra limelight. John Hamm hosting Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. I feel really bad about what we said about him.
I love John Hamm.
I love John Hamm. I don't care how many people he drags around on fire by a claw hammer by their balls.
He's the kind of guy that would come on this podcast if we asked him to.
Yep.
And he's very charming.
He is charming. Yeah, he looks good in a suit.
You do Mad Men, you get it.
Yep.
Okay, you get to have it's the classic, like, separate the art from the artist. There's a certain level.
Also, I think
he hasn't done anything bad enough.
It does say something about, what is it, like, beautiful people are treated better than, Haley Joel just, as he got older, his face stayed this big and his head got huge. He looks like a
He
freak
really
now.
hasn't done anything to us, and we want to kill
And
him. We
have
don't want to kill him.
We don't want to kill him, but
no, Jesus.
we definitely use our new self-defense technique on him viciously, and
not for pleasure.
not for pleasure. And
also
but
not
John
like-
Hamm does something out of a fucking Saw movie, and we're still like, yeah, John.
Yeah, I can't stay mad at you forever. You're so funny. You're so cool.
I bet he was getting a lot of laughs when he was claw hammering that guy's balls.
It sounds like a horror movie, but if I was in that crowd, I'd be like, you are a genius. What do you
That's
do?
a future SNL host right there. The way that's improv to just be like, I got the claw hammer, his balls are right there.
In 100 years of this fraternity, we've never even scratched the surface of real torture. And in a week, you've come in here and reinvented the game.
I wonder if they have like an oil painting above the mantle of him.
Claw hammer and lighter.
Yeah.
Like his sickle and hammer.
Like a big brutalist statue out in front of the fucking frat house.
Claw hammer, lighter.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We can do anything if we're hot.
Yeah.
We can do anything. You just have to be pretty charming and pretty hot, like movie level. But
all right, I'm gonna go get another sody pop and pee.
okay. I saw a house on Zillow. I'll have to send you later.
Yeah.
That had it had a lot of charm. Okay, it's gonna sell way too fast. I don't have my shit together, and I just paid my taxes, so no down payment.
Yeah.
And no pre-approval, but maybe I can get it. And its basement is kind of raggier, or maybe slightly more finished than this one. And I was thinking, like, I don't really love it. Like, I don't want my office to be in a basement again where there's no windows. And there's a shining light in the basement. Well, one, there's a fireplace down there, which instead of having a fake mantle, have a real one.
Yeah.
Two, disgusting little room in there that just had a toilet and a sink, and that would change everything.
Yeah.
If I could pee 10 feet away,
That'd be huge.
I'll buy the world's
honestly,
shittiest house. I'll do anything.
Like, well, for one, Trump has been talking about getting Jerome Powell out of head of the Federal Reserve or whatever. What was that guy run? He basically is in charge of interest rates. And Trump really wants the interest rates down. So if you're buying a house, I would wait.
Can't you like refinance or something?
Yeah, I guess you could refinance actually. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know the process or how it works.
Yeah.
I requested a viewing and they never replied. So
Yeah, houses aren't selling right now. It's really, really bad time.
They are here.
Really?
They're selling like hotcakes.
What the fuck?
I swear to God, every time I see like a decent price, cool one, it'll be on Zillow for like 2 hours and the next day it'll be pending.
Damn.
It might be pending already. I'll be sad, but very, very charming neighborhood. I just don't like, I still think about that one house Happy and I almost bought. Like literally.
Well, the one I went to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still think about that house, and I think about that it was listed at $250 originally.
Yeah. You also need to consider that like a young man in that house, like you would be so that's like an old man's house.
I would grow old there.
Yeah, I would too.
That's a house.
Yeah, that's a house to grow old in for sure.
It's a house where I start drinking bourbon.
Yeah. I think you also need to realize that the first house is usually just a stinker. It sucks.
I know. I need a starter home. I just
sucks.
want to be not paying rent.
Yeah.
And paying mortgage. So that
Equity.
I don't know.
Equity.
Yeah, everyone's got like all these pro tips about, you want to make some real money, you got to get into real estate.
Yeah.
Confusing. Scary.
Well, it makes
Expensive.
it makes you realize that why Trump is treating the stock market like he's going after it with like a chainsaw, making it go all crazy and stuff. He never made his money on the stock market. He made all of his money in real estate. And so I don't think he really knows how it works. I don't know how it works, but
I'm going to buy a hotel.
That seems to be the way to go, is just buying real estate, and then it doesn't really matter what you do with it. You just wait a while and then sell it for more. Some of the richest people I've ever met have honestly, when you talk to them, they're not that smart. They're just like, yeah, I bought this place 15 years ago. They just have more time in the game. And
God, I wish I were like a fully formed adult in like 2005.
I know. Oh my God. Yeah. Talking to my uncle, he was like, yeah, I bought this house at auction for like $40,000. I was like, fuck you.
Every house is like 200,000 minimum.
I'm looking
now,
at getting a car, and they're like, you can't get a car for $40,000.
Okay, what are you looking at? Lamborghini? Okay, you can get a car for $40,000.
I'm looking at a van. I can't get a van for 40 unless it's used and beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like nobody buys like a van for like residential, just like driving around car. They're all, so if it's a used van, it has like 180,000 miles on it and a refrigeration.
You don't want like a minivan.
No.
You want like a.
I just want like a box
van.
Yeah,
or something.
like a box van.
Like an electrician's
Yes,
van.
bingo. Actually, I looked at some used electrician's vans and they put a bunch of like cool shelving in the back. Pretty tight, but
Daddy had one of those.
They all have like way too many miles on them.
It's like a company van when you would get to like a new place, and they got those big ass seats in the front and all the room in the world up there, and it's like, yeah, when you're a kid, you're like, this is embarrassing to be in, but as an adult, I'm thinking that's a lot of space back there.
Yeah,
you could pack a lot of things back there.
Exactly, and out of the rain.
And yeah, exactly.
I mean, it rains a lot here, dude.
No tarp required.
Yeah. Have I talked about this on here? Like, I feel like I've had to
mention that it rains a lot.
No, I've had to explain this to like multiple people because like all the dudes in my family are like, just get a truck. Why don't you just get a truck? I'm like, dude. First of all, I have to carry kids. If I'm carrying kids, then I have to get an extended cab. If you get an extended cab truck, the bed of your truck is like. With the toolbox, you end up having like 4 feet of storage space. You can't even carry like a sheet of plywood back there. And it's out in the weather, like, unless you get one of those like roll down tops or whatever. But I just feel like it's limited. It's separate from the cab.
You want a van, just get a van. Yeah.
I just want a fucking van. I know exactly what I want.
Enough. You should, when someone says you should get a truck, you should just
They try to talk me out of it. I ordered it. I ordered bright orange. And they were like, the guy at the dealership was like, you want orange? I'm like, yeah. He's like, why? I'm like, why?
Not your business.
First of all, none of your fucking business. Second of all, my daughter told me, she was sitting there like looking at cars. She's like, oh, I like that blue one. Oh, I like that yellow one. And she's like, why do you and mom have boring white cars? And I was like, I never even.
Well, honey, we're boring white people.
Yeah. we hit adulthood, and you go to the dealership and you get fucking white cars. That's what's there. It's a safe option. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I looked at when I was like ordering the van, they were like, it costs $0 to get bright orange. I was like, fuck it. I'm getting a crazy color. The kids will be able to see my orange van and be like, that's him.
You want to find Sam.
Yeah. Bright orange.
Big bright orange
Bright
van.
orange ProMaster. I'll be the only one in town. Okay. You'll find me.
You're going to be parked right in front of your house with that thing. You should be careful talking about the specifics.
I'll get it vinyl wrapped.
Bullseye on the side. Yeah.
I'll get it vinyl wrapped a different color.
Got a forehead Fables vinyl wrap on it.
Now they never know.
I thought it'd be really fun to do like classic, like get a bench seat advertisement for forehead Fables or something. Like I see those around here a lot.
I've wanted to get a billboard in like a sketchy part of town, but I think it's easier to find a bench seat that you can in a sketchy part of town you can advertise on.
Would you even get one viewer from it? I don't know.
No, I just want the photo of me in front of the ghetto, like
sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
It would be really cool. And then just say, all right, take it down. I got my photo op.
Yeah. Maybe what we can do is we can get one in like Kensington and Pittsburgh, like one of those like Fent.
Oh, like one in each city.
The Fent HQ.
Ether capitals.
Because
Romania.
I want the picture of the Forehead Fables bench with people like Fent leaning around it or like using it to, they're putting their drugs up on it so they can figure out how to. Yeah, I want there to be
shit smeared all over it and blood.
Yeah.
Broken glass.
Yeah.
And I can say, look, Mom, look, I made it.
And I don't want, one thing that pisses me off more than anything is anti-homeless architecture. If I'm having a Forehead Fables park bench, I want a homeless guy sleeping on it at all times.
I'm gonna go one step further. It's gonna have a stone pillow on it.
Yep.
Or just like it's gonna be comfortable.
Yeah.
It's gonna be scooped a little bit so you kind of nestle into it.
I'm gonna get just a homeless bench. It's gonna be a homeless
And I'm
bench.
gonna put a skateboard rail on the side so you can also skate on it.
Yeah.
It's gonna have little ramps going off either side and a bed. Homeless and skateboarders.
It's gonna be a twin bed with the headboard and the footboard are gonna be rails.
Yeah, that would be sick.
It's gonna be a Forehead Fables comforter, and we're just gonna drop it off. We're gonna make 1,000 of them, drop them off in all the metropolitan areas. This could be huge. This could be good marketing.
Not by my house. I don't want those people sleeping by my house.
Absolutely not.
I don't want those skateboarders making their ruckus over there, spray painting it. But yeah, like in another neighborhood, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. But when I went to go get
a vending machine on the back, everything's 10 cents.
When I went to go get my drink, Abby is so sadly sitting in the living room in complete silence. Yeah, just kind of sitting there, like hands on her lap. She's the kids are out for the weekend. They're with the in-laws going to like some campground. And so it's just me and Abby for like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And last night we went out to dinner. By the way, I don't know if you've ever had this happen. We went out to a place where we've had multiple people around us that don't know each other say, you need to go to this place and eat their food. It's amazing. We've gotten recommendations from all sorts of people from all walks of life. Everybody has come together and said, this place rocks.
Ming Tree.
It wasn't Ming Tree. It's a place called Cool Beans Cafe. Now the Cool Beans people are probably going to hear this and I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But I went to Cool Beans and I ordered some fucking lamb kibba, which are like those they're basically like Middle Eastern hush puppies, fucking completely raw in the middle, raw lamb. And they had a steak there. It was a flank steak. Just came out like I feel like if I'm going out to eat, the food that I get should be better than something I can make at home.
Yeah.
I've made a way better steak than that. It was a big. Who the fuck serves a flank steak as like a steak that you eat? That's like something you make fajitas with, or like cook it.
Well, did
like,
you order
like barbecue
flank
it?
steak, and then we're like, what the hell?
The only steak they had. The rest of their stuff was like seafood. A lot of it. And seafood, I love.
It's some weird cafe food.
I know, right? Yeah, I think it's kind of a misnamed restaurant.
I hate the name. I like Cool Beans from Hot Rod.
Yeah.
I don't like that as a name for a place.
Well, it better serve coffee. And then you get there and it's like a weird, like home-cooked meal place.
Oh, I just got it. Yeah, beans like coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they, the only steak they had on the menu was the flank steak, and they just cook it like a regular steak. Like, grill it, I guess. Give it to me with mashed potatoes that were fucking weak. Abby got like some sort of fish fillet. It's called a corpia or something like that. And it was raw in the middle, completely fucking raw. And her like kale chips, you go to bite into them, the oil just explodes in your mouth because they like fried them for a second with like oil that wasn't hot enough, I guess. I don't know. The whole thing was weak. We got up and like we're just like, this sucked. Going out. First night we've had like date night in a long time because of the kids. Worst fucking meal I've ever had and paid money for. It stinks.
Yeah. And now you're going to like not trust those people
ever again. Yeah. And it would be one thing if mine rocked and Abby sucked because she ordered seafood and
could have been just an off night.
Yeah. Well, I feel like good seafood is a 10 out of 10, but you can very easily take that same fish fillet and make it a 1 out of 10. Like the variance in quality on seafood is incredible. Steak, I feel like the worst a steak can be is a 7. And this was right there at a 7. Like, it was barely skating over 7.
A 7 out of 10 steak.
But after we had that dinner, then we went home and it's just like completely empty, quiet house. And she's like, I guess I'm just gonna watch TV, I guess. I'm like, okay, is it all right if I go downstairs? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. And
my purpose is
she's just sitting there like just so like quiet. I go downstairs. I have a blast, like playing games. I come upstairs to grab something to snack on. She's just still in the living room, just like
TV off.
Yeah, like a Stepford wife, just like waiting to activate. Like, when are the kids going to be home? She is going to have empty nest syndrome so fucking bad.
Oh yeah,
it's going to happen
because they're like similar ages too. So
they're going to leave at the same time, and then Abby's going to kill me and kill herself probably. That's my future.
Maybe by then you'll be in Colorado and or somewhere, and maybe she'll have some hobbies like hiking.
Yeah, she'll have some purpose outside of being a good mom.
Cooking you meals.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the whole time I was eating,
kids are gone.
The whole time I was eating at Cool Beans, I was like, we could have stayed home and you could have cooked me something better than this shit. God damn.
No need to stop making 3 meals. Okay. Just put them all on one plate now.
Yeah. I'm going to go easy on you, honey. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner all done at the same time. Give them to me all at once.
Empty nest syndrome feel better. You're going to have to take care of me. Yeah. You're going to still have to take care of me big time.
Well, then today I was like, I'm going to work a little bit, and then I'm going to go up there and hang out with her, have some lunch and stuff. Then you called me and you're like, you want to do a podcast today? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do a podcast. I went up there and told her, and she was like, oh, okay. And I was like, she was watching like some TV show, Castle, I think, like with Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Just like lady, like meaningless television. Like Law and Order, where you're just kind of like,
yeah, my grandma loves Castle.
Yeah. It's like Supernatural, where it's like
Castle.
It's passably good enough to just watch. And when I came back out to get my Dr. Pepper, I poked my head up there, and she's still just in the living room, like, what the fuck is? Like, what do I do? This is like the most boring day of my life. So
she would not last a day in my life, in my world. Filling meaningless time, expert. Really?
Well, I'm always up to something. I'm always doing something. And she's like, are you ever going to come up from down there? And I'm like, I'm busy. I'm working on things. I'm toiling. I'm editing. I'm scheming. I'm plotting. And yeah, I think she definitely needs like something
activity.
Yeah. Like a something.
You should give her a task.
I should. You know what I should do is, so Madeline was really into Minecraft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Went and saw the Minecraft movie. She loved it. And
yeah.
I think the problem with like default Minecraft is it's you have to make a lot of your own fun. And she has imagination, but she doesn't have, I guess, active enough imagination to like really construct the things that she wants in Minecraft. You literally have to construct your fun. And so I was watching some friends on Discord doing all the mods 10. It's a big mod pack on CurseForge. If you guys have Minecraft, download CurseForge and look up all the mods 10 and install that thing and go play it. It's incredible. It's like 400 and something mods in one mod pack. And
I'd say it's called like Better Minecraft or something, where you get like quests, and it's just like more visually. I like got on it that last time I tried playing, and like there was like pirate ships with pillagers on it, and like spires everywhere and stuff, and like big mushroom castles. Yeah,
that's exactly the type of stuff. That sounds like exactly what all the mods 10 is. And we like Stalt ordered that like server for me to do the Minecraft server.
Oh yeah.
He hooked me up with a nice 12-year contract or 12-month contract.
Jesus Christ.
No, not 12 years. A 12-month contract for the Minecraft server, and it's like $350 a month or something. It's insane.
Good God.
And
12 years.
12 years. Oh,
more podcasts. We need podcasts for 12 years.
And I'm supposed to be hosting like community stuff, but like I got to keep up with my editing. Like I got other things to edit. I can't just constantly be doing community servers.
The heist video. Yeah.
So by the way, we need to talk about that.
Don't give off.
That's a lot of editing. Oh my God. Anyway, so I was like, hey, let's put this all the mods 10 thing on the community server. It's just me and Madeline, and they're playing. Dude, we get in there, find a village. The village is like an actual village. There's like 50 villagers there. They actually have industry. Like you go to a village and they're like, we mine here. We have mine carts. We have rails set up. They actually do things. Some places you go, they have like, they like work in different industries and shit. Yeah. Some you come to and yeah, they are just aimless where they're like, we haven't quite, you're in the Minecraft equivalent of Romania right now. And we haven't quite figured out industry. We haven't had our industrial revolution yet.
Still wear these types of hats from way back then.
And there's like a colony thing you can do where you can start building a town center and villagers will come to your colony and they have voice lines. They're like, oh, I'm glad to work here. And like, if you don't hire like guards and stuff, then they're like, I feel unsafe. And they actually talk. It like added the level of life to the world that Madeline seeks.
I'm talking further torture.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And what you do is you set up the town center and then you go like, we need to build a tavern so that these people have some beds to sleep in, all of our future colonists. And when you set up the perimeter of what you want the tavern to be and what you want it to look like, then you hire a worker and he starts building it and you have to bring him supplies and then he builds it and you can watch him build it.
It's cool.
And the only thing he needed was like a bunch of oak planks. So me and Madeline are like, okay, I'm like, hey, we need to go on a quest for some oak planks. And that was like, we went on like a 4-hour journey for oak planks. It was incredible. We left on a ship out into the water. We come across a pirate ship. The pirates are voiced. They're like, you're on my ship, you fucker. What are you doing here? And we got into like a big fight with them, stole all their booty off their ship. Incredible time. Come back with no oak. With our inventories completely full.
Oh, with so many memories.
Yeah, so many memories. So much fun. Then, this is Sunday. She goes upstairs, refuses to clean her room, has an absolute meltdown, won't clean her room. Abby, so frustrated, grounds her for 2 weeks from Minecraft, which means I get grounded from Minecraft. And now I'm like, I was like, as a parental unit, this is what you do. When the spouse says something to the kids, do not undermine them. You cross your arms and you go, yeah, what mom said. 2 weeks from Minecraft, you dumb little shit. You should have cleaned your room. And then when me and Abby, we put them to bed and then we went to our bedroom, I was like, 2 weeks from Minecraft? Are you fucking insane? Do you understand? I don't get to play now for 2 weeks. Are you fucking kidding me? And
what did I do?
What the fuck did I do? And so now like every day I go, man, wish we could play Minecraft. Wouldn't that be fucking fun? Also kind of look up at Abby.
Cleaned our rooms. Good going, Madeline.
Now my fun's fucking.
Why didn't you clean your room? Do you know what you've done to me too?
Yeah. And I think it bothers me more than it bothers her. She's just like, I know that shit's cool, but I didn't clean it. Oh well. Like it doesn't seem to phase her.
I'll be there when my time's up.
Yeah,
they'll be waiting for me.
And so I think in between the time that she got grounded to, it's now been a week. In that time, I have another week to figure out how to make the lava chicken shack from the Minecraft movie.
Yeah,
build that for. Might need some help on that. There were some people on Twitter that were willing to help out, but I might whitelist some of you guys, help me construct it, because this thing it's really
master builders.
Yeah, I need some Lego master builders.
Jack Black level builders.
Yeah. And God, you know what I told her would be a great punishment for the future? I said, wow, that Minecraft one, that was good, baby. You
strapped to a chair to play Minecraft for a week straight.
No, I'm like, kids don't, like, you take away something like that, but then don't show them what they're missing out on. You take away Minecraft from a kid, they turn around and just pick up a doll and go like, wee! Like, they'll have fun with anything. They don't care. After dinner, you've probably seen them do it whenever you're over. They're like, we getting dessert? Is there dessert? Are we getting dessert? When's dessert? Did I eat enough dinner for dessert?
Yeah.
What we should do is that when they fuck up, you go, you're not getting dessert for 3 nights. And then we give Olivia on those nights.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolute. Like, big ass desserts.
And you guys all cheers your little desserts together.
Because Olivia would get the memo. I wouldn't have to coach her or nothing. She would just eat it and go like, oh, Madeline. Oh, this donut is delicious. It's the best donut I've ever had.
Have dessert or Minecraft. I'd probably kill all right, the children I'm talking about. I'd probably kill myself in Minecraft if I could play it.
No, I think you know what's funny is I think taking away dessert and then having the other kid gloat how good the dessert is in front of them. I think that would be like a scarring.
Teaches that kid like a bad lesson too. But
I'm sure there's psychologists that are watching this are like, that is not the route to go.
You didn't solve it.
But as a fat kid, dude, that would fucking eat me alive if they said no dessert and then my brother got dessert and ate it in front of me. Oh no! It's all wrong.
Yeah, that does seem. I think it would. Those kids really like their dessert. I think you might have something, or just like bring her down when they're back and like play Minecraft near her and be like, no, you can't stand right next to me and watch. You can't help.
Watch.
No talking.
I was thinking about inviting all my friends on Discord onto my Minecraft server and just making like a 5-minute video of us just going like, whoa, like riding around on boats and like having
her on an iPhone.
Yeah. And then I was going to have like everybody just independently going like, oh, this is so much fun. Where's Madeline? I heard this is her village, right?
Thank God I cleaned my room and eat my vegetables.
This is so great. Dude,
I did what my parents asked of me. And now here I am. And I'm having a blast.
Guys, do you want to scar a 6-year-old girl? I need to get 200 of you from Discord to get on my Minecraft server and go, whoa, where's Madeline? This is awesome. And then we go on a couple adventures together. And
this is even better than the other adventures. Wow, 2 pirate ships. Oh my God. Double the loot.
Yeah.
You guys are my new daughters. You've replaced her. Yeah. You guys clean your rooms.
Oh, you guys got clean rooms? You get the
I'm
top
sending
bunk.
you guys dessert right now through the computer. That would be awesome. If you don't ground me when that Oblivion remake comes out. Segue.
Dude, I'm kind of on the fence about that. I saw that there was
horrified, but
yeah, I saw there was like a Ghost remake they were trying to do. They were trying to like not do any press for it, which I know why, because they did an insane press push for Fallout 76. It crashed and burned. They did a huge press push for Starfield. It crashed and burned. They keep re-releasing it. They go like, hey guys, exciting new thing from Bethesda. It's like a card game and people go like, fuck you, I hate your guts. And so now they're like, we're scared. We're scared to hype anything we've ever done, because
I hope they also tried really hard to make it good.
Well, I think a lot of the charm and what makes Oblivion a good game is how bad it is. Like, it looks ugly. It is clunky. The voice lines are hilarious because they had like 5 people do the entire
face
cast.
Models. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Nords just look like big babies with fetal alcohol syndrome or something. Like it's just a funny looking game. And if they redo it with modern graphics and modern like mechanics, is it gonna?
Reminds me of Theseus's ship.
It's still gonna have the magic. That's what I'm concerned about. Is the magic still gonna be there?
Have you seen the screenshots, like the leaked screenshots?
I'm scared to.
It looks good, but it's like they've already taken out the like high fantasy, like green, like foggy kind of haze. Also, a lot of Oblivion for me is it's like one of my favorite games ever. So it's like, it is nostalgia. It is also like, it was a really fun game as a kid. It's also that like environment and the UI and the way everything looks and feels and the people being ugly as shit and being like, you there? What? There's a lot of really good charm in the game that I don't think will be there. But also, if my option is no remake or getting a remake with less charm, but it's like a smoother Oblivion, I'm sure I'll still have a lot of fun. I would hope. I don't think it's going to be, and also if it's remastered and it's good, then the modding community can do what they do for Bethesda. And after like a month or 2, I'm sure they'll be like shader pack to make it look like old Oblivion, like old Oblivion UI, all these things. But I don't know. I didn't think we'd ever get it like remastered. So
yeah,
I am excited. I'm like, I want to play the shit out of it. It's good. I'll absolutely destroy through it, but
the like overexposed high fantasy look that it has is so iconic. I love how like once the like a Skyrim came out and they kind of had like a more contrasty look. I love Oblivion leaving that little goblin cave, and it's just like
you're in a fairy garden.
Everything's like so like bloomed, blown out, and it's super like just bright, and there's like little butterflies going around, and you go skipping through the forest of Akatosh on your way to the capital city. And
with the Shivering Isles were so cool, where it's like the split difference between those two moods and stuff. And
I'm afraid they would try to make it.
I mean, just seen from the screenshot, like, let me see if I think it was real, but it also, the thing is, this could just tide people over until Sky Oblivion comes out or whatever, which I think they are keeping a lot of the charm. Or wait, where's the picture I saw?
Also, I did go back and play Oblivion recently. That game fucking holds up. That's a good game. Okay, it holds up. It looks good. I like it.
I haven't played it in a long time, but I played it so goddamn much when it was out. Look at this screenshot.
Where are you sending it to me?
On Discord.
Oh.
Like, it does look really good.
Yeah.
But also, like, especially when you come out of that goblin cave, or not the goblin cave, the sewers.
Yeah.
I guess there's goblins in there, but
it looks like, you know what it looks like?
It looks so muted.
No, it looks like it takes place in Mexico. It's got like a sepia filter on.
It's got the filter. Yeah. It takes place in Hollywood's Mexico.
Yeah.
Or like Fallout.
I know what you mean.
Skyrim.
It's definitely like the original Oblivion. You go out, oh, so lush. And you know what it looks like? I bet you it looks like that little Romanian town when you're on Ether. It's just so bloomed out and beautiful.
With and without Ether.
Yeah. And then without Ether, you realize, oh, the grass is a little bit brown. It needs a little bit of rain around here. It just doesn't look lush. You know what that looks like? It looks like the hills with shrubs on them outside of LA, where it's like, this place needs water.
It's like GTA.
Yeah.
I don't know why they wouldn't just keep it like as green. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I just feel like they could try. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna wait till I actually see.
E&B is gonna fix this. E&B they're gonna come out with a little regrading. Yeah, make it pretty.
So I'm really hoping
that was
for
the first thing I did on Fallout 3.
Better combat and stuff. Sure, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I liked it. I mean, I was a stealth archer, so the combat never super bothered me because I just shoot a bow a lot.
You want to know what bothered me? You know what was a big little thorn in my side for the Elder Scrolls games? They had the perfect poison apple in Oblivion. And the mechanics for it were great because, like, you just put a poisoned apple down on the table. And if you pickpocketed someone and took all their food away, eventually they're going to pick up that apple and eat it. And in Skyrim, like, the poison apple mechanic wasn't the same. You had to, like...
They got rid of a lot of cool... Yeah. Like, spell crafting.
You had to, like... plant the poison apple on them, and then they just automatically ate it, or they got like injured as soon as you put it on them or something. But Oblivion was, you'd give it to them, you had to wait for them, that you would see them pull it out and be like, oh, big apple. And then they would go, oh.
Felt alive. Yeah. Felt real. The cities of people that were really ugly and sounded really dumb.
Well, their death animations were so great too. When they ate that apple and then they just went stiff as a board and and the little red smoke went around them from the apple. I don't know why that was like the poison effect.
I really hope they keep like the skills that they got rid of, like unarmed and acrobatics.
Oh, dude.
I just love being able to jump, and then you could literally go and then land backwards.
You want to see a maestro of leveling up acrobatics? You talk to me, okay?
I jump. I don't ride horses.
I don't run. I just jump. I skip my entire way from city to city.
Wee. It was so fun.
Yeah. Getting heavy armor and then going down into that. I think it's like the first like fighting guild quest where there's like 10 rats in a basement. And you just sit down there with heavy armor on and let them beat the fuck out of you and level up your armor skill.
I see. I wasn't that wise. I did do the paintbrush duplication glitch. And if you drop paintbrushes, you could stand on them, and you could place them and place them and place them. And in the Imperial City, you could skip right to the final boss by like making a staircase
of paintbrushes.
Of paintbrushes, and then jumping through the ceiling.
That is a much more productive way of using the duplication glitch, because what I did was I went to Kvatch and I filled up that entire cathedral with wheels of cheese, and then I wasn't able to go back to Kvatch ever again. And I was like, wow, I'm glad I finished that quest, because that place is just like
a lot of cheese.
Yeah,
there.
I can't go back. I tried to load it and it'd be like, too much cheese. It's too much. We're crashing your shit.
The crazy thing is, this could come out in like a week. This game could come out before this episode's public.
What the hoot?
Which is wild.
Are you goofing?
I think it's supposed to be before the end of this month.
Really?
That's
you
what
goofing?
The leak claims. No.
Man, I'm actually going to be really pissed if it comes out and it's not like just its own download. Like when it's hard to explain. Like Fallout London, when it came out, you had to own. I don't even think you had to own the game. You just go to falloutlondon.com and just download it, and it would install. Boom, you play it. There was a Skyrim giant mod thing that basically installed like 1,000 mods onto Skyrim, and it took me like 4 minutes to just do a loading screen. Like, it was so ridiculous. You still ran off the base game, and then all those mods ran on top of it, and it made it unplayable.
I think it's going to be its entire own.
If it's its own
remastered,
thing.
New Steam thing, I think it's made in Unreal Engine 5 or something. It's not even the same framework. So I don't think it's not going to be like a mod pack for Oblivion.
Okay. Well, as long as it is
Which
its
means
own.
it's going to be like probably $60, $70 or something.
Yeah.
I'll pay that money. I'll pay that blood money easy. I don't care. It's Oblivion. It's like my childhood dream coming true.
Hey, dude,
now if
you know
sucks,
you know what my goal was
enemy.
when I started doing this as a job? I said, I'm going to make YouTube videos so that the money I make from them can pay for the games that I want in the future.
Viva la video games.
that was my only starting goal, was like, when a new game comes out, I would love to be able to buy it, and then when I make a video on it, it pays off that game. How cool would that be? That'd be like free gaming. Those were lofty goals, yeah. Hey, dude, if you set your expectations at a normal level, it's easy to surpass them.
It's true.
Yeah.
Aim for the moon, and you'll land on the stars.
That's why Elon Musk should have just made a company that's like, oh, we specialize in making 3-inch penises, 4-inch penises. He would have been fine.
We make lighters, not flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Holy shit, a flamethrower. Yeah. That's cool. We're going to make go-karts. What? Cars? Shocked you with that one.
Yeah.
That's why we aim to make a podcast you can listen to 5 minutes of. Whoa, 20? I make it through 20 of this. Okay. Shaboing. Now they're proud. Now they're impressed.
Yep. Dude, you set your expectations low, you'll blow them out of the way. You'll feel like Superman, because it's like, I didn't expect that. That guy stayed for 25 minutes of this, what I thought was 5 minutes of listenable podcast. That's incredible.
We're like superstars. When I was a kid, 4th grade max. That's it. That's all you got out of me. 5th grade comes around. Now I'm the golden kid.
Overachiever.
More genius.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to probably get F's in every single class, I'm fucking thinking. C's? B's? An A? Okay. Okay, Einstein. Yeah.
I called them fantastics and delightfuls. And my mom, she was so mad. And then when I called him that, she laughed. And once I could get her to laugh, the anger went away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the disappointment was still there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You win this one, you fat little idiot.
Little dumbass bitch.
But you've dissipated my anger with your incredible humor.
Now you better.
God, you are funny, but you are stupid.
You're stupid, and you don't look like John Hamm. You're gonna go nowhere.
Don't do anything truly evil, because they will not forgive you. They will destroy you.
That's a very important lesson I think everybody should learn. It's like, when you look at the mirror, are you capable of claw hammering someone's balls and getting away with it? if people don't look at you, if you don't have women coming up to you trying to date you, you cannot claw hammer someone's balls.
You probably can't even fucking kill a fly.
No.
Because people will be like, kill her. Kill a animal abuser. They want a reason to hate you if you're grotesque. It's just true. I mean, look at Joel Osment.
Yeah.
He did one badass thing, and here we are, raking him over the coals. John Hamm literally raked a guy over the coals, and we're like...
Mad Men's cool.
Mad Men. Yeah. And then he pivoted into comedic roles.
Yeah.
He's pretty funny,
Rocky Dennis, I think, the guy with the elephant man face. He was supposed to be a sweetheart. But imagine if he was just like a regular guy that was like, I was just born ugly. They'd treat him like shit, but he's supposed to be like such a gentle, kind soul. You know,
that's another lesson. If you're that ugly, you have to really, really be good.
That must suck because I feel like a lot of people are born with just like a little bit dark of heart. You know, they got like a little bit of something stirring under the surface where they're like, I want to be like a little bad boy. You know, and now that I'm so ugly, I got to be nice. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, but it's like I want to be a bad boy. Do I look like Keith or Sutherland? Can I be that kind of bad boy from the 80s? Or are you just going to be like a bad person? Because there's a clear line. Bad boy and bad man. You're a bad man.
So the only difference isn't behavioral. It's just whether or not women want to fuck you.
It's like if you do this with a collar, does it look cool?
Or
if the answer is yes, you can get away with it. If it looks like you're trying too hard.
Isn't there a scene from Lost Boys with Kiefer Sutherland where he's just standing on the ceiling with his arms crossed? If I remember correctly, isn't that a scene? He has a mullet and he's upside down on the cave ceiling with his arms crossed. I'm pretty sure is a scene. And if it's not, it's imprinted in my mind. and now you're not going to convince me that it's not a scene. But
it's real then.
Yeah, he does look awesome as hell doing that. And then I envision myself doing it. And the whole time I'm sitting there going like, oh, my shirt's coming up. And I'm trying to push my shirt down because I don't want people to see my tummy. And so, I have to be kind of a better person. I think I should probably aim to be better.
I saw you up there. They stake right through the heart.
Throwing javelins as soon as they walk in.
Kiefer, they're like, maybe vampires ain't all bad. Maybe they ain't bad. I thought
vampirism was supposed to make them handsome. Kill
in the Twilight movies, an ugly vampire. I'm a high schooler. I'm a high schooler in the Twilight movies. Oh, God.
I think even like in the Blade movies, like Ron Perlman, who's like one of like the ugliest, weird looking guys in the world. He looks like
very unique.
He looks cool in that movie.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, you
can look cool if you're
ugly. You can't look like hot, but looking cool, I think is
it's almost better.
It is almost better because it's one you're born with. And then the other is like a skill that you build up over time.
Because Steve Buscemi can look cool.
Yeah. I think people also shit on Steve Buscemi. If you look at him when he was young, he's actually just like a good-looking guy.
Such is the way. Yeah, you get older.
He's got atypical looks, but I mean, go look at Willem Dafoe in Mississippi Burning. That's just a handsome guy, dude. He's just a handsome dude.
Yeah, he's just unique.
Yeah, he's very unique.
Speaking of, did you see our buddy Mickey Rourke? Was on Celebrity Big Brother and got kicked off.
Yeah, apparently he was very aggressive towards women or something.
Towards JoJo Siwa.
Was he? Towards JoJo's?
It's like,
did he just
it's a headline I couldn't believe was real. He basically was like, I'm gonna make you straight. Like, if you gave me 4 minutes with you, I'd make you straight. And then he called her the F slur or something. And they were like, Mickey, you can't do that. They had like a meeting with him.
The 80s, Mickey.
Also, like, seeing him, if you're a woman and he's like, yeah, like, he looks like he's wearing the mask of Mickey Rourke. Like, he looks very, very disturbing nowadays. And just him being on there is just funny enough, like surrounded by like influencers.
Yeah.
It's also kind of sad because, you know, it's like
He did 9.5 weeks. If you're in this audience and you're like, most people have just known Mickey Rourke as what he is now, go watch 9.5 weeks. Go watch it with your girl because you'll get something at the end of that. It's a Netflix and chill movie for sure.
Okay.
It's the most horny pilled like romance movie of all time, and he looks great in it. He's like a handsome guy, and then he turns into that. It's incredible.
And also, how weird is it that he's the villain in Iron Man 2, and I thought he was like Hispanic or something? Like,
oh yeah, in
he
that
looks,
movie, yeah.
That's like his weird in-between phase where he doesn't look anything like he used to, but he also doesn't look nearly as bad as he looked kind of cool in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
With his like gray long hair and stuff. And he always had a little toothpick.
Yeah.
And then he at some point has reached just horror movie levels of looking.
I actually kind of aspire to that because it's like most people are born and then you just go like, I know what you're going to look like when you're older. I feel like it would be cool to look a certain way. And then halfway through my life, I go, you're not even going to know what the fuck I'm going.
Really awesome to like meet an old friend or a relative and they just don't know who you are.
Like me,
whoa. What?
Your mom,
No, that can't be.
Mom gets dementia and she's like, I don't recognize that face at all.
Monster.
It's me, your boy.
It's me, remember Mickey?
No, my son Mickey was handsome as fuck, and he was in 9.5 weeks. All the ladies wanted to fuck him.
He was like kind of a heartthrob actor.
Yeah.
You're in Celebrity Big Brother, and you look like a ghoul. Oh, I did it on purpose for a switch up. I thought it'd be cool.
I was getting typecast as a handsome man. Now I want to be typecast as like kind of like a freak.
They're bringing back the silver screen monsters or whatever.
Well, I heard they were doing a remake of Creature of the Black Lagoon, and I thought I would be a shoe-in. All they would have to do is give me web fingers.
I could literally play any of them. Frankenstein, the Mummy. It does not matter. I've made myself compatible with any of monster kind. Really. Like I can, you can put me in anything. Does not matter. Not as a lead.
Yeah.
But
I could just be like something that gets jump scared. Like you just do a close up of my face like halfway through the movie. If you just want a cheap jump scare, I'm there. I'm your guy.
You'd be insulted if Sachin was like, you got your Carney. Like all you can get is Carney rolls. Yeah. No monsters. Yeah. No. Carney. Carney's it.
His IMDb for the next 20 years is just like he's credited as like ugly guy number 3, grotesque monster number 2, guy that makes
Unnamed
women
horror.
scream. Yeah. Lovecraftian horror.
Yeah. Joke.
That'd be the most insane switch up on an IMDb. It's like heartthrob in the 80s and then just down to
has been
grotesquerie. Yeah, Hills Have Eyes character, background character.
Yeah, a thing in this movie. He played Madame Tussauds wax sculpture. This one that blinks. Melted Man. Carney. Freak.
You know what he looks like? He looks like have you seen those? They're like usually Chinese videos of people like trying to avoid face detection technology, and so they get like the latex masks, and they put them over him. He just looks like a person that's wearing one of those. But
that would be a great twist if he's like
he just pulled it off
and he's
I've been handsome the whole time. I was
proving that people treat ugly people worse than handsome people.
If he took off the mask and just got like a blockbuster movie where he's like the lead handsome role right afterwards, he would have a point. If they just
been filming my documentary,
he's just like, I'm in 9.5 weeks too. The sequel, it's an even bigger hit.
18 weeks. Yeah, I'm on regular Big Brother, not Celebrity Big Brother. I'm in the season with the real people, not JoJo Siwa.
Dude, it's kind of sad that JoJo Siwa's already on Celebrity Big Brother.
It goes quick.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like to some, that's still like, you know, she's there with Hollywood's Mickey Rourke. So like, it could be worse, you know?
That's true.
It could be let's let Haley let's let him scoop down. I'm sure he'll be on Celebrity Big Brother next year. Get through, because that is still slightly higher pedigree than being on our podcast.
Yeah.
Let that trickle down.
But once he's on, he's going to call JoJo Siwa first a Nazi and then the K word. And then he'll be...
She's going to go, what?
What's her fucking dance where she like stomps and goes like...
Oh, yeah. The infamous JoJo Siwa dance move where she... It's like just so funny looking.
It is. Yeah. We should see if we can get JoJo Siwa on and then just have her costumes on. Like when she shows up, like the glitter and everything, the big combat boots.
That'd be cool. Yeah, we should start poaching from the Celebrity Big Brother circuit. You guys seem like you'd come on here.
You guys seem like you're at like 2 months away from being homeless. Like you really need to make the ends meet.
You run your own email, right? We need people that don't have like a person running their email. We need to hit them directly with our awesome proposal.
I wonder at what point do you get someone that runs your email? I know I have colleagues that have someone that runs.
We know people that
do that. But if I had someone run my email, I wouldn't get all those great emails about documentary stuff. That Eric guy wouldn't be able to ride into the show. It's important that you answer your own emails.
It feels like a big leap into not being involved.
Yeah. It's like one. Yeah, you're just at that point having a manager just feels
you're
weird.
Unreachable.
Yeah.
How does someone reach you?
That's how you get out of touch. Yeah.
I
want to be out of touch. Although I don't appreciate you guys signing my fucking email up for like furry porn websites, and then I get these emails that are like, you need to confirm your account, and then I click on what the fucking confirmed account is for, and it's for like weird porn websites every time. It was funny the first couple times, and then
yeah, Abby, if you're listening, the viewers are signing me up. Guys, stop that.
Funny bit, guys. Real funny bit.
All those porn websites you guys keep signing me up for.
You guys are rascals. You're rascals. All right, clip this, put this on TikTok.
all those shipments, okay? Stop sending those to my house, okay? All those sex dolls.
Yeah.
VR headsets. Please stop.
Haptic feedback suits.
Yeah. Abby, what is this? I swear to God. You've seen that video where the guy's like orders a bong and his mom opens it. It's supposed to be an Xbox.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an Xbox pass. I mean, an Xbox remote. He's the worst fucking actor in the world. Yeah. Oh my God.
What the heck is this? I've never even seen this
I think it's
before.
like a vase or something.
I think it's like an ether holder or something.
It's a bong, like the mom says it. Like, it's so funny too, because like now that I'm a parent, my kids try pulling shit on me where I'm just like, I was a kid
I'm
too.
A fucking idiot.
What am I, stupid? And like Olivia fucked up her foot, and then she hates going to school, and so she messed up her foot, and then stayed up the entire night going, oh, my foot, oh. And at first I was like, dude, her foot's really fucked up. And I went in there and like laid with her, and I was like pushing on the bottom of her foot. I'm like, does that hurt? And she's like, no. I'm like, okay, now I put like my hand on the top of her foot. I was like, pull towards my fingers. She's like, that doesn't hurt either. And I'm like, I grabbed the foot and like moved the entire ankle joint. She's like, that doesn't hurt either. And then she goes to get up and she's like, oh, I can't. Oh, the agony.
Not to cut you off, but we did talk about this.
We did? Okay.
In great detail.
Yeah, in great detail. Yeah, she fucking hammed it up in order to get out of going to school. That worked for like 4 days. She didn't go to school. Yeah. And when we sent her back, like nothing happened. That little bitch would crawl on her hands and knees and then get to her bike and ride her bike.
Yeah, you took her to the doctor and
nothing.
The doctor said, no more kids jumping on the bed.
Yeah. And I forget what we started this from, but
kids trying to trick people or their parents because the bong kid.
I just know when they're teenagers, they're gonna order something like that, and I'm gonna have to.
So you turn it on, and go, what's a bong, mommy? Why do you know what that is? And then they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Did you order this, Mom, you bitch?
What'd they say if I just took it and was like, oh, sweet, a free bong? And I just...
Yeah. Oh, shit. Cool. I'm going to rip it down in my room. Well, I can do that.
I'm an adult.
Because you don't have a bong. Yeah. And if I even see one apple missing, okay, I'm going to know what you did.
Fine.
You're going to watch me blow through this.
Go through their room looking for drugs and then take them in front of them. Oh, found your weed, dummy.
Oh, you think this makes you so cool? Watch me get really high and get scared. Why are you looking at me? Call 911.
Who's outside the windows?
Oh, Ether Classic. Ah. Yeah.
Anyways, guys, we're going to head out of
Yeah.
here. It was nice talking at you.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are...
Not with you, not to you.
Yeah.
Let's not make any illusions.
It is kind of weird, though, how we're having a conversation. They just listen. Like, they never chime in. You notice that?
I like to think they... In my head, I hear them
Go
say
like,
things like,
amen to that.
well put. Well put.
No, I think...
Great point.
You think they're like British aristocrats? They're like, excellently said, sir.
Just like thunderous applause.
I think it's a dude with a Bud Light and a koozie, and he goes, fuck yeah, dude.
I think it's Haley Joel Osment listening in his fucking...
in his cell, his prison cell.
Yeah, in his cell. Oh, turn it off. Turn it off.
They put him in Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
They put him in Guantanamo and blast the podcast at maximum volume.
Don't you know who I was? Please.
It's been 4 days of this episode on repeat. Yeah.
Those ski cops would have given John Hamm another beer. Can we drink one with you, sir?
Sir, I see you're almost out of Coke. we brought you some more from the evidence locker. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We just gotta try to be cool.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, guys, thanks for the awesome conversation. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks for